am Sure Sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All the way, all the way. Lick up and turn it up all the way. All the way, all the way. G-Rock said, lick up. We go all the way. Boom! Ali Cup, August 12 and 13. Be there and Excelsior School Ground. Be there and kick it to them like a ball. After all, it's Ali, the baller. Whoa!
Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manning's man. It's good to have you on this fabulous, fantastic, God bless. We are alive morning. The morning after the Jamaica senior female football team known as the Reggae Girls, not the dancehall girls, not the carnival girls, but the reggae, not the streggae, but the Reggae Girls qualified for the World Cup in 2023. We're not going to say down under. We're going to say in Australia and New Zealand. A double for the trouble from Khadija Bonishaw. One from the Jungles, Trudy Carter, and one from the second best team. She plays for the second best team in London, England. Her name is Drew Spence. Yes. And we qualified. And after all, the heartaches are gone. The pain is gone. And we have some good memories. Yes, we have some fantastic memories to celebrate. Yes, people. We are in the World Cup for the second time running. This is the 9th edition of the FIFA World Cup for women, and Jamaica has qualified for 2 out of the 9. This is fantastic. This is fabulous, and I am feeling happy today. I must say I was a little bit scared during the playing of the game before the start of the game. But once I saw things getting into motion, the excitement began to flow, and here we go. Yes, yes. If anybody knows how I can get to Australia, please contact me, because I'd love to be in Australia. Yes, yes, to watch some other games, people. I would love to be. Do you hear me? Big up to everyone in the comment section. Big up to everyone who has joined the chat. Ryan LFC in the building. Yeah, I see Fresh God call him the KFC boss. No, Kingston boss. You understand me? Bless up, Ryan FC, the fireman on the YouTube platforms. You understand me? Bless up, bless up. Big up to our sponsors as well. Prestige Finance. Yes, we're the lend a helping hand when we need it the most for all your. Right now, if you need $100,000 to borrow, you need to check out Prestige Finance in Linstead, St. Catherine, and they will lend you that amount and more. All you have to do is visit them or call them at 876-884-7390. Right? There is no processing fee, same day processing, and only 0 to 4% interest rate. My people, my people. Also to Launch Legacy where they handle risk and they seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. When you stop working for money, Launch Legacy will get your money to start working for you. Wonderful. It's a good day. It's a day of continuous celebration, having experienced this victory from our reggae girls. They have given us something to be happy about, and we want to bask in the moment. You understand me? We want to celebrate the moment and congratulate our female team. We want to congratulate also the coaches, the management staff, the Marley Foundation, the Reggae Girls Foundation, all the persons who would have given, supported the program. Listen, we have to give credit where credit is due. One man plant, one man water, and the increase is given by the creator. So big up to Coach Vin Blaine, because he took up the job when nobody wanted it. That's the truth. Nobody wanted the job. He took it up and he brought them to a point, right? Maybe we think it's all easy game and the team would have won, but they needed a coach, and he left what he had to do to come and coach the team. He did the first part of the work. So big up to Coach Vin Blaine. We have to give credit where credit is due. Big up to Coach Vin Blaine. He started this. He called back like a Trudy Carter who was out on the wings back into the team. Big him up for that. You understand me? He somehow worked with the persons who were in charge to get like Drew Spence in the team. Big him up for that. All of those recruitment things that he would have done to bring in Drew Spence was in motion while he was the coach as well. She was in fact in Jamaica. Big him up for that. All right, the girls got to a point when they felt like they needed somebody else. They made some steps. They got Coach Lauren Donaldson and his team. Big them up because they built on what was already there, and now we see the rewards. You understand me? And so credit, it must be given to both sets of coaches, right? Because in all the qualifications so far that we have gone and played, we have only lost one game, and that game is to the world number one team. So the record is very, decent and proper. We have only lost one game in the qualifiers. All right, big up. Khadija Bonisha has scored in every game, with the exception of the United States game in the qualifiers. Bigger up. Yeah, you understand me? Trudy Carter has scored right throughout the campaign. Bigger up. Drew Spence came in, played tremendously in midfield. Lots of big up. Satara Murray in her first game was a solid stabilizing factor in defense. Bigger up. You understand me? Drew Spencer, Rebecca Spencer and goal, sorry. big keeper, brilliant saves right throughout the campaign. I know 5 went in against her against the United States, but come on, this is the USA. Big her up. Big up to all the players. Some of those who were there in the first part, like Tiffany Cameron, who we didn't see here, Sashana Campbell, Marla Sweatman, all of those other players, the Keane sisters who never made it here, but they started the work. We have to give credit. You understand me? We must not minimize and dismiss people. We must not burn the bridges. Too often we forget the people who start the work. You understand me? It's like the nowadays artists in Jamaica. Their emphasis, they believe that they are the greatest things in sliced bread. You had to have some people from before who were doing the groundwork so something could be known. And so you could build on that. So we want to big up the people who were laying the foundation before we got to this stage. All the young ladies who, some of them gave up their relationships. They gave up time with their spouses to be a part of the program. Big them up. Multiple time. The Marlies, I know in the whole coach saga thing, the Marlies, they took Sidela, a lot of things were said about her and her assistant, right? A lot of things were said also about Lauren Donaldson and the coaching staff. A lot of things were said about the girls that are negative. There are people who even wanted the team to fail because of their actions. You understand me? They stood, they fought, they believed, they came together. That's what the captain said, and they worked. For me personally, you know me. Listen, let me give you this 100%. I still believe the way it was done was not the best way. It's not a good precedence to set. However, I always said this: if that is what they want, give them what they want. Give them what they want, but there is always a better way to do things. That has been my position. But there are many people who predicted failure, prophesied failure over them. We didn't want them to fail. Some people who went as far as saying that they want the team to fail so that it show up the GFF. We can't agree with those things because there can be success in spite of our perception of leadership. You understand me? So I want to big up every person, all the people who were out there. Again, I will tell you, before the game, people, I was petrified. I was scared. I was afraid. I was unsure. But you know what? When the ball began to roll and I saw the first goal, my spirit lifted. Then I saw the second goal. It lifted even higher. The third goal, it lifted even higher. And then the fourth goal, the icing on the cake. I said, yes, indeed. We are blessed indeed. And we have made it. So kudos to the young ladies. A lot of people said that, oh, Bonnie Shaw was overweight and she looked tired. But when it mattered the most, she came to the fore and she scored 2 goals. One, a brilliant solo effort from the top of the 18 around 20 yards. She came to the right, bam, and she kicked it across the goalkeeper. No chance. So when it mattered the most, she showed up and she came up. The coach made some very important decision. The coach remembered that in the last World Cup that we went to, in the game in Port-au-Prince, where Haiti were leading Jamaica by 2-0, Bonnie Shaw and Trudy Carter scored to bring Jamaica back in the game. And he took the bold step. Big up Coach Lauren Donaldson. We give credit where credit is due. We beat you badly in the USA game because we didn't like the selection. But we must admit that you made the right moves in this game. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. He started Trudy Carter when many would have put her on the bench. And Trudy Carter delivered, as she always does. When it comes on to Caribbean opponent, Trudy Carter always dominates them. Big up to Trudy Carter. So big up Coach Lauren Donaldson as well. So big things, people, great things. Football was good, and we are very, 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 very happy about that. You understand me? Yeah, man, people. So 3 things I want you to do, right? That's like the monologue. Then we're gonna have some dialogue. You understand me? Big up everyone in the comment section. As usual, please make sure you hit the like button. And if you have not yet subscribed, all right, please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. All right. I'm going to get through some things about the game and also share the content. We need like 100 likes, so we need some more people. Call somebody, text somebody, share the link with somebody. Say, hey, money's on. You need to come on and join the show. All right. We're gonna open up the call-in lines in at 30 minutes, and you can call in and share your thoughts, give your opinions as well. At the 30 minutes point, as soon as we hit there, you can begin to call in. Let me say this. All the players played well. Havana, who has gotten a hard time, and many of us think that she should have been benched, she came up and she played well. It may not have been the most excellent game, but she played well. Tierney Wilshire, who was moved, watch this, from right back to left back. She played very well at left back. Swaby, who was moved from centre back to right back so that Satara Murray could play at centre back, played a very good game. Jodie Brown, one of the youngest on the team, gave up a lot of her offensive skills and attributes to help out defensively. Big up for that. Even Atlanta Primus, who many people thought should have been benched, played an excellent game. All right. Fresh God said, true Mannings, you understand me? Sports, CC Sports, as I'm sure sports, the way to change is never the way you believe. I am sure sports, the way to change is never the way you believe is the best way. I am sure sports, the way to change is never the way you believe is the best way. The way to change. Yeah. All right. CC trying to be philosophical, but I don't know. Mannings, remember, Bonnie assisted the first and scored the second two. The first three, that's Bonnie. All right. That one makes more sense, CC. I don't understand the first one. Definitely, he made the right moves last night. Yep. Our house music says, Mannings, I need you to highlight the contribution of Tierney Wilshire over the 3 games. She's been the most consistent. She nullified the Haitian captain. Yemen, I just spoke about her. And she also had to move from right back to left back because Denisha Blackwood, we saw Denisha Blackwood dancing in the stands, leading the reggae boy, the reggae girls party in the stands. You understand me? She was out of the, watch this, she was off the starting 11, off the bench, but she was still in the team celebrating. Big up. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. She was one of the biggest cheerleaders. Money subscribers only so how me subscribe? The reason why you're commenting, CC, is because you subscribe. What is wrong with you, brother? You keep asking that crazy question. Come on, CC, man. CC, go and drink your tea now, man. CC, go and drink your tea. Go and drink your tea, CC. Look, I cannot drink your tea and bust no gas yet. Reggae girls, let's go. Michael Nemard says, Mannings, love your vibe and energy. Big up the girls and all who is supposed to get big up. However, I'm wondering why your channel not giving our athletes and cricket program the same. What? Oh my God. Michael. Hey, yo, people. Michael, yo, Michael Nemhard. Yo, what you talk about? Michael, you know, say yesterday me do a video about track and field. Michael, yesterday me do a video about track and field. I talk about Ilian Shelley, Sharika, Kemba. Michael, don't do that, Michael. What do you mean, Michael? Hey, Michael, don't do that, Michael. Cricket time, we talk about cricket. We're going to talk about the world champ. In fact, we're going to have on Pioneer. Yeah, going to be on today along with Sean Grant. Talking about some track and field. You understand me? Easy on Michael, man. But right now, we have to talk about the football. I give the same energy to everything. You don't see all the basketball. We talk about the swimming. You understand me? Zanetta Alvaranga. We do a video. Come on, man. Talk about Ali Atkinson and the new role that she have. Hey, Michael, don't play with me, no Michael Lemon. Don't do that to the Michael Lemon. All right, I am sure sports. Whoa. Who would believe that a Jamaican team Who would believe that Jamaican team would qualify without having a domestic league? Yeah, good point. But all right, the good thing about that though, CC, is that none of the players are home based. Dre, any weather? Yeah, big up people. For those of you, also, you know that the tier 2 is in the semi-final stages. I'm just going to give you a quick, right? So the semi-finals are Treasure Beach, Falmouth, Falkland, and Chapelton Maroons. Those are the 4 teams. All right. So, Falmouth will be playing against Falkland, and Treasure Beach and Chapelton Maroons are going to play. The 2 winners go to the Premier League. All right. We're hoping to have Mr. Christopher Williams, who's going to tell us about the impact of having 14 teams in the league and some other stuff that we, the fans, can get involved in to spread the brand of the JPL and increase the resources of the JPL. So he's going to be on the program soon. Matthew Allen, bless up. Yeah, man. Yeah. Jarvis, yeah, man. Bless up. Yeah. Well done, Mr. Blaine. Yeah. All right. We did, yeah, man. We have to big up the past and we have to big up the present. You understand me? Credit must be given where credit is due. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah, man. Chris Wayne, who was a part of the watch along. No egos on the girl team. Man, you deserve kudos also for your advocacy for this girls team. Yeah, man. We do a lot of things from a long time. We always listen. And I'm going to say this, and I don't want to go back over things because we're celebrating today. Yesterday, U17 girls and the U20 girls, if the same management that is on the senior girls team was on these teams, we would have qualified easily with the U17 girls and the U20 girls. I can tell you this, is that we had at least 7 higher quality players than those who participated in the U20 and the U17 girls. What it lacked is a kind of management and oversight that the senior girls had. And what I'd love to see is that Sidella Marley and her group expand their work beyond the senior team on the girl side, on the female side. Too long, they have been predominantly or primarily focused on the senior girls. I think they need to expand their reach, and the GFF needs to give them greater leverage over the U20s and the U17s. Because I think outside of Canada and the United States of America, we have the next set best of under 17 and under 20 girls. We just don't have the kind of leadership over it and coaching pedigree that the senior girls are afforded. So I would love for the GFF, having seen this success for the second time, to take their hands off those 2 programs and work in partnership with the Marlies. Put aside the egos, because at the end of the day, JFF, if they excel, it looks good for you. Because part of leadership, is being able to delegate. At the end of the day, even if people want to say, well, the JFF had nothing to do with this and that, listen, at the end of the day, you would have had to give permission. So some credit must be also given to you, as little as it may be. So what I would suggest you do is that for even the under 15 program that we're struggling with right now, that you can't even send the girls to the tournament. I guarantee you, if this were given over to the Marlies, it would have been sorted out. So JFF, that's just a word of advice and counsel. Michael, blame me for the cricket, my boss. I have been feeling Marlinsman for a while. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Michael. Michael, hey, around 2 years now. All right, people know I'm going to put up the thumbnail. Me have a thumbnail with the man, The man supposed to do the cricket show, We all do our thumbnail. Oh, no. From the day I did the interview with Steve Buckner. The man supposed to do a program with Gabby Buckner, and cricket, regularly, and mornings, man, I'm very busy. I'm very busy. I'm very busy. I always have something to do. I don't have any time. I don't have any time. Work, work, work. Cause I'm a chicken me a jerk, man. Come on, man. Gotta make the time, my brother. You gotta make the time. All right, let me get some more comments from you all. All right, people, remember at the 30-minute mark, you can begin to call in. Our house music says, "What are the birdies saying about Sashana Campbell? Because she's in Mexico with the team and celebrated with the coach, so that don't look like bad blood to me." Did anybody say that there's I have not heard anybody say that there is any bad blood. I just heard that she's not a part of the squad, though she's in Mexico. Because if you look at the bench, even Jade Bailey name is listed on the bench. Sashana Campbell name is not listed. So I don't like people. Here's the thing, you see, anytime well, listen, I don't claim to be the most credible. I don't know all things. But what I will say is that most of the things that I say, I ensure that they can be verified. Remember, I was telling that Jade Bailey couldn't play, and somebody told me and I told them that no, she wasn't. Then they text me and said, "You're right, man. When I say something, so I'll say this: Sashana Campbell has not been listed on any of the squad lists that we have received thus far. Satara Murray was listed in all, and Jade Bailey was listed in all. So whether injury or for whatever reason, she has not been in the squad. There have been times when even all three goalkeepers have been named in the squad and she has not been. That's all we have said. So if there is other people reporting otherwise, I don't know. As it relates to the birds, tomorrow the birds going to give it a Jade Bailey. So the birds are on the way back. They were held up by bad weather. There is some lot of bad weather over there. They had to go to Atlanta, and there was some heavy rains in Atlanta, and so they're leaving Atlanta, not Primus, to come to Jamaica. So when they get here, it shouldn't be a long fly, not fly. Man, it's tier 2 will be played at Draxall, double header. Oh, you mean, man? Man is man. I gotta try video. If it's playing in the cool, can't manage the sun, brother. Hey, yo, this sound hot. Can't manage the sun, brother. Can't manage the sun at all. Man, spread the word. The support needed for fans. Turn out at Draxall Saturday. There you go, people. So Saturday is a tier 2 at Draxall. Double header at Draxall. So please come out and watch it. Cheap. Around $1,000 to watch 2 games. It's worth it. Yeah, your side going to JPL, but I'm going with a huge upset to join them. All right. I am sure sports. Check in on my job in Mobile and road to Falmouth. Bless up, man called Peso on the road. Owen, big up yourself. True, Miss Sidella Marley need to try and take over all the teams in the GFF, both boys and girls. I would not say on the boys' side. I think we need to find like-minded persons to run the boys' side, but I'd say at least give her the girls' side, because sometimes female leadership over men is a little bit different from female leadership over women, right? It's just that kind of a thing. And I think if we can find a like-minded male, like for example, if I were the GFF, I'll look at like a Chris Deering or a Chris Williams and say, listen, you manage our programs, be the manager. It kind of same thing. Like even if they are not personally engaged in the GFF, give them the management of the program in the same way, and put certain control in their hand, and maybe that will help to enhance those programs. All right. Let's get race by race analysis come this World Championship, especially the races Jamaican involved. Please and thanks. We'll do Michael Nemard. Make sure that you're on the platform when that is happening. Yeah. So yeah. Let me take this one. Owen says, I agree. Man is man. They need to take a step back. Yeah, that's sometimes part of leadership, and I'm learning this. You understand me? As a leader over the years, one of the things I have learned is that sometimes you need to be a facilitator more than an initiator, right? Sometimes they need to facilitate the giftings and the abilities in people, and you just manage instead of direct. A lot of times leaders feel like I need to direct the program, and a part of leadership sometimes is moving from directing to managing, right? Yeah. Ryan LFC says no way man. JFF must give up the U15 Yeah, that's what I said, Ryan. That's what I'm saying, All right. Hey, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
All right. Hold on a sec, caller. Make sure people tell me if they're hearing the caller first before we continue. Just want to make sure they're hearing you. I am hearing you, but go ahead. And if they're not hearing you, then we'll fix it up. But they should be hearing you. Go ahead, caller. This is Ruan. Ruan, how you doing, man? What do you have to say now? Because your talks
Robert.
Robert. Yeah, it will be interesting to hear you now because you were very dismissive of our chances,
No, man, I never thought nothing about the girls. Not tell a lie for me.
You never thought nothing about the girls yet? Okay.
No.
You sure?
But what I'm saying is
you have never said it. Hold on. You have never said anything about the girls.
No, I said things about Vin Blade. Not tell me about no girl. Nobody got their money, man. Today I know idea for that.
Oh, it's kind of it's very convenient though that when you call the program every time you run the program and what you want to
run the program,
but may I ask you a question? You tell me no enough about there.
No, but it was so that way, you know, for your Vin Blade business. I don't want to go there, so. I always talk about Vin Blade. Say man of the right man.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, and you talk, man. We will listen until you finish. Go ahead.
No, but what may I say still? This is what I talk about. I talk about so the people them can't give them you can't just have a show about the girl and brother. Stop talking about cricket and track and field, my youth.
You cannot just tell brother. I'm gonna stop. Stop it.
Glory and the girl them, man.
Hey, people, hear me thing now. Here's my thing now. Michael Nemrod asks a question and I respond to it. I can respond to any question in respect to the persons in my comment section. So you cannot call the program and tell me not to say anything to the persons who are asking a question. What kind of madness is that? What kind of madness is that? I just tell the man when you call the program, you cannot run the program. And then you say you don't call to run the program, but you're telling me not to answer a question that one of the subscribers asking. That makes sense, people? That makes sense? The man simply asked a question. He said, man, you need to be more gung-ho about, I'm talking about track and field, I am not supposed to answer the question coming to talk about girls. It's called I Am Sure Sports with an S at the end, meaning we talk about all sports. The emphasis and the focus of the program from last night in the almost 4 hours has been the girls. I also have a responsibility to answer the questions that are being asked if I think they're appropriate. And it is an appropriate question. So you can't call the program and tell me not to do that. And then you tell me that you're not running the program. Man, a parade when they come back. Of course, I think they need to get a parade, man. It's a 60th year anniversary. It's a 60th year anniversary. You understand me? It's a 60th year anniversary. Right? So here's very simple. When they come back, we have to do something for them. Bring them across and bring them across the nation. However, but we need to do something for them. Simple. We need to do something for them and big them up, bring them across Jamaica. I think a parade would be very good, and I think the government need to arrange. This is the second time. This is historic. This is the 9th World Cup that is being kept on the female side, and Jamaica would have qualified for the 2nd out of 9. unprecedented. I'm telling you. Unprecedented. All right, Badgio says, management, one might say, why not just give Cedella Marley and her the big up? All right. All right. Coach Minzy.
What's up?
Midday, man. What's going on? Welcome.
Listen, this is a football program. Don't talk no cricket and no track and field. I'm here on this show. Man.
Yo, some of the people there, brother. Some of the people there. Me tell the man before, no, brother. Listen, brother, you can't tell me, man, say me not tell you from the show. A girl we are talking about. Don't talk about. He man, but never tell me.
Talk about no track and field, man.
Oh, Robert a sample, brother. Every day, Robert. Anytime Robert call me feel like him a try.
You know why?
Eh?
Every time he call, you know why?
Yeah, every time the man come like he call with some. You understand me? Some bad man is him. You understand me? Yo, a this you go on the show. Yo, a this you go on the show. A this you talk about. You know if you talk about. Let me tell you what. And that's how the thing run,
man. Man, probably you need to give him a co-hosting gig, you know.
Yeah, you know what is funny? Me ask the man already if he want to run the program, you know. Because if he want to run the program, he can't give him a day, you know. I said, all right, you run the program.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, Robert, big up yourself. That's that, me. Big up yourself. Yes,
you just have to get the dial tone. Anyways, yeah, man, big up to the ladies. All the stakeholders, the players, the coaching staff, every single body, the equipment manager, every single person, even the pilot will carry them to Mexico. We are big up everybody. They allow this to be possible. Even the naysayers, even the critiques, everybody, those who love the reggae girls, those who hate the reggae girls. We are big up everybody because if it weren't for them, this wouldn't be possible. And we are grateful that they qualify for our second consecutive World Cup, the only English-speaking team to do so. Check the stats.
Yep. The second. Say that again with the people that your coach Minzy.
We said the only English-speaking team to qualify to consecutive World Cups.
Wow.
Nobody has ever done that. So big up to the girls. Big up to Bonisha, the capo. She led from the front. And the job is still not done as yet because we'd love to go into the finals so we can go Olympics, you know what I mean? And that would be unprecedented.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to raise my hopes too high, but I just want to say that it is, let me say it this way. I would not be surprised if we don't beat Canada. I am fine, but I would not be surprised if given the kind of joy, the momentum, the possibility that Jade Bailey may be available. You know, and given what I saw yesterday, I think the addition of Jade Bailey, Denisha Blackwood would be back as well. You know, imagine if you play Tierney on the left still and play Denisha Blackwood in front of her. And Jade Bailey comes into that midfield.
But Mannings, a lot of people curse the coach and say him not good enough.
Yep.
But look on the tactical move when make him man pull up him centre back pair.
Yep. Who have been playing in every game from the
and put in a player that has never played with the team this time around. And the man put her in the centre back position and switch out one of them in centre back to the right.
Yep.
And I think it was a masterclass. She was outstanding, Regine.
Yeah. And listen, and Tierney Wilshire.
That was one of the
And Tierney Wilshire was playing right back all along, you know, and he moved her and put her to left back so that the Swaby sister play right back.
Yeah. So I think those are chess moves from the coach, and those are moves that will cause it to win checkmate, and that is what happened. 4-0 checkmate.
Yeah. And you know what's the next big thing I noticed? Because remember now, through the Carter, you know, Like even in the last game, the USA game, she never played so well, you know. And most of us would say, a lot of
Yeah.
people are saying, don't start Trudy, start McCoy or JB. And I know that he probably looked at the I don't know, the fact that Trudy Carter always score against Caribbean opposition. Like those things I
Mm-hmm.
think are very, very tactical.
Yeah, man. And you know, Mannings, there's another thing too, you know. I think Bonnie Shaw really played that centre forward position there well. So it still gives space to Judy to maneuver on that right side and Jody on the left. So Bonnie wasn't going too much on the flanks. She was staying central. And that's what we spoke about on Sunday, that if she was able to stay central, hold up the ball, turn and shoot, or turn and make a pass, then we can break down this Asian team. And that is exactly what happened. Me feel like a guru. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So I have to big up the girls, then, man.
Yeah,
Big
man,
up the
I'm
girls,
big
then,
on
man.
like what I think about this, right? So when I look at I always say to myself, like the U20 and U17 team, you know, they had way more players, you know, that they could select from.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think for me, what I notice is that the management structure and Leon Bailey's statement always rings in our ears, right? If we don't qualify. You remember that if we don't qualify statement. And part of that, I
Mm-hmm.
think, is if we can get the right group of people to manage our teams, it increases the possibility of us qualifying. Even if, say, worst case scenario, the same people say over the federation. But if you have
Mm-hmm.
management like Sidella Marley over the men's program, over the under 20 girls, under 17 girls, under 15 girls, I believe that we would get more qualifications because this is a direct cause of the kind of management. I think last night somebody said something, don't remember who it was, but they called in and said, we heard nothing about any flight problems. The first campaign
Mm-hmm.
that we have not had flight problems to qualify. Every other one,
Mm-hmm.
from the under 17 girls and the under 20 boys and the senior boys, we had flight problems.
Yeah, true. That's true, man. It's a big thought that. So the management has a lot to do with it. And once the other side get everything structured, then we can truly qualify it. That would be 2026. We have to look forward to that. Plus, we have to big up the goalkeeper too in the morning.
Boy,
I
I'm
tell her
telling you.
she go out with a bag of things. Hey, she kept us in that 80 game too, you know. Even though 80 missed a few chances, hit the upright and all of that, but it would have had to do with the presence of the goalkeeper.
Cutting angles.
You understand?
And I mean, she
Yeah,
made
man,
some
of
brilliant
course.
save. The one that she pushed against the
Yes,
bar.
man.
Even the commentators didn't realize that it hit the bar until the replay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Yeah, man.
you know what is good to that. You know, sometimes your goalkeeper makes a save at that important point of the game. That if she didn't, it would have been 2-1 or we should have increased the pressure on you. So I like that.
Yeah, man. So big up to the goalkeeper, man. So all round it was a very spirited effort, better play than what transpired in the US game. I think the girls showed resilience and they were hungry. Even with how 80 played. The 80 played and played and played and played. Very skillful players. Always coming at them. But they held the nerves, especially in the heart of the defense. I think that was the difference with Murray in the heart of the defense. So the Asian, even though they are skilled players, they still weren't able to have their own way
Yeah.
against the team.
Yeah, man. Really good. What are your thoughts on Satara Murray in her first game?
Yeah, man. Boy, would I give her a 10 out of 10 now? Barring that little miss up what she have, would I give her a 10 out of
Where
10?
she slipped?
Yeah, would I give her a 10 out of 10 because trust me, she made some good play. I hear people talking about how she loved dribble out. But I mean, she was confident on the ball. she made it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we still have to big up the coach. Tactically, he got it right, Virgin. We never. Some people never want Salon to start. Some people never want Carter to start. Some people never want Primus to start. When them see the starting lineup, man, I say the starting lineup can't do it. The starting lineup can't do it.
I am telling Ian gave up. Ian Campbell gave up, but he did come back and say like the coach proved him wrong. Yeah, that's the way I know that he was one of those persons who came back at the end and said, listen, he got it wrong, the coach got it right, and he was proven wrong because a lot of people. I even said that boy, I would not have started this team, but the coach must know or seen some things in training, and that's what I keep on telling people. We are not there with the girls every moment. He is. So there is something else that he knows that we don't know.
Plus, with the other game that they made some starting players that we didn't like. He confessed that the girls didn't play to game plan, and everybody saw that the girls had a very off game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he also mentioned rotation. Rotation was one of the reasons why he made some of the plays or some of the personals in the team. But him stick to him Havana and him stick to him Carter. And Judy Carter was involved in 3 of the goals. So that is good enough. She got the penalty, she scored one, and she assisted the last goal. So a big game from Judy Carter.
Yeah. Tremendous, man. Well, New Zealand, Australia. I tell the people that we're not going down under, we're going to Australia and New Zealand.
What's up? All right, man. Think of yourself, man.
Yeah, but all right. Respect Coach Midzi. You understand, people? This is Coach Midzi, people from the coach's desk. You understand me? We're trying to see if we can get him down into Portland. Not Portland in Jamaica, but Portland, Oregon. So he can give us some live update. Anybody here going to Portland? Not Portland in out east, but Portland, Oregon. For the World Championship. Bless up, Coach Midzi.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Yeah. All right, Carla, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Good morning.
Oh, my name's man.
Midday here, man. What go on?
There, I want to listen in, man. Well, man, still, I mean, it's a good idea where I said it, that maybe JFF needs to let go of the handle of the other team, but at the same time, that's wishful thinking, brother.
It's wishful thinking.
It's not like they've been voluntarily give up the senior girls. I guess that was just, something that happened. But that's not gonna happen. I think right now where JFF is concerned, we just have to wait them out. Next year election and what you guys are doing in terms of shedding light on everything that has happened or is happening, it will put the next administration on a back foot, so to speak. You understand me? So the next administration will come and try to do better, at least in the public's eyes. So we just have to wait it out, brother. That's just the only thing I say, because they're not gonna change. You understand me? And everything you see, even with the general secretary, all these things, you'd have thought that they would have at least used that opportunity to at least make good of the situation and look at it. You understand me? So it's not gonna happen. We just have to wait it out, brother. Just my 2 cents that.
Yeah. How do you approach the game against Canada, seeing that we already qualified?
I think at this point, I mean, they should use each game as because no game is perfect. You understand me? And every game that you played, you must have had something that you needed to do better, because going into the World Cup is not just one. We need to thrive for beyond, as a regular participant. You need to thrive to win it. You understand me? Take it to the next level. You understand me? So whatever it is that they didn't do right in this game, regardless of the win, you understand me? They need to try and work on that in the Canada game, not just take it and say, okay, we qualify. You understand me? Because the sky is the limit. You understand me? So use this game and the previous games as a learning curve, and try and implement that in the Canada game so that we can take our football to another level. You understand me?
Yes. All right. Good thought. Anything else you want to add?
Oh man, I eat that, my brother. I'm up
All
on the
right.
work, so maybe I'll listen.
Yeah, man. All right then.
Yeah, man, respect.
Blessings. All right. All right, people. Yes, what should we do? I think we should just go for broke in the Canada game. You understand me? Because we already qualified. You know, attack. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Attack. That's what I think. Yeah.
Mornings, man.
Yeah, man. Welcome, Pioneer. You're live on here. How you doing?
Yes. Live, well, I'm gonna turn on that device. Give me a second, I'm breaking. Yeah, man. Well, congratulate the girls.
Yeah, man.
Saying, very, it's a very good look. To answer your question, I don't know what that would look like in terms of, what was the question? If we take the team
at least start
from under the auspices. How you go?
My thing is that, would it be a good idea to give the management of the team to like, on the female side, you could give it to the management of Sidela, right? And then for the male teams, we get somebody like the Sidela kind of management style to manage the male teams.
You know that is my thought exactly, man. But then we're not gonna see that, because then basically what we'll be doing is wrestling power, or what the JFF would be doing is giving up power, which is what we realize that that is what these gentlemen who are in control ultimately want and desire. So when I see them give up the power that them have now, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. I was thinking this morning and having a private conversation and saying to someone, we'll see what can happen when we have a proper management structure behind it. And that's what I said. Exactly. Not persons who want to take trips and persons who want in it. People who want to see the football prosper and strive. People who want to see the country's football go forward. You know what I said? People who have the right thinking and the right ambition for the football. See, in the current JFF leadership is showing that they're ultimately firstly about power and secondly about perks. The money not have them not have a structure, they don't have a plan, they don't have a vision for the football. Now, if they were to do the right thing, so to speak, and get a Sidela-like structure behind the meal program, then sky would be the limit. We'll see what can be done when proper recruiting is done. Imagine this team, I say, was underprepared for this tournament. And if we can achieve this with an underprepared team, you can imagine if we get the structures right with the football. And a part of the lack of preparation had to do with the late acquisition of the team by the current coach.
And the deal, I think also the time between the letter that the girls wrote for the removal of the
and the JFF
coach,
making a decision.
And the JFF making a decision months past, It should, you understand?
I don't know what it is with this JFF in the mornings. No, we see we have another situation that is lingering again. We hear that the General Secretary has resigned. And now we don't know whether the General Secretary has resigned. We don't know who is the new GenSec. We don't know if we have a new GenSec. These are the things, Bridget. It's a little, I'm going to want to call it a little party shop like operation, because I know party shops are run proper. So it would be a disrespect to people who are on them proper party shop to compare this JFF structure and the way it is being run to any party shop. But we can't continue along the road, Bridget. Saying this should be somewhat of a replica for these people see how proper football management should be executed and what can be achieved when we have a proper management structure in place.
Because there's some critical points that have been raised in a Pioneer. Because one of the things that people have said is that this team accomplished this while there was no football being played locally.
There you go.
We understand no female football.
No female football. Not because we haven't had a resumption of the female the high school female league yet.
Yeah, man. They had they had it this season, our last season. So they had an abbreviated version and stuff where a lot of the teams didn't participate. And remember again, we qualified a team without playing any football locally at the senior level for more than 2 years. That is showing that
Brethren,
management is critical to on-field success.
everything,
If your boardroom messed up,
everything,
the ball game messed
everything,
up.
brethren. Me hear someone with a conversation this morning. What am I say? It is because the males are go for a money grab. They were doing a comparison between the female program and the male program, and they were talking about the males going after money. They weren't after qualification. They were more about money. But I'm gonna tell people this: if I'm being asked to sacrifice, if you get me in a program and you said to me, you need to make a sacrifice. You understand? If I am willing to make that sacrifice. But when I see some like a foolishness are going, when I see the federation was supposed to be cash strapped, I send 7 or 8 man on a trip when necessary. Then you can't ask me, for sacrifice. If you're telling me that you're cash strapped, you have to operate like a cash strapped organization.
Yeah.
They cannot, and this is why that is why you found a situation where the coach I get involved, seem to want to be getting involved with the running of the federation. Players identify issues within the federation. If we are gonna say, listen, the program is trapped for cash, we all have to operate on a level. So let us all burn our bellies, to use a Jamaican jargon, and move in a one direction. But you cannot tell us.
You know that. Let me just add this to it, Prime. I mean, you know that because I have a next question that some callers were asking earlier, and then Ryan saying that, yo, man, big up to your brother on the phone. So he's talking about
bless up, Brian LFC,
and he's asking me about the basketball show. Basketball not coming on for now. He's going to be doing track and field today for the people who are asking.
Yeah, we have at least 3 track and field shows before the resumption. But we have a basketball show before the week is out, Ryan. So don't worry yourself. We have some breaking news. I was basically waiting on to see if the Kevin Durant trader will come to nothing before we drop a show if we had gotten something on that. But
yeah, so let's go back.
We definitely go to a basketball show.
Let's go back to this because the boys debunked the idea that they're after money, because when the recent thing with the General Secretary, part of their statement said, though we have not been paid for months now, we have still come to play for our country. That's part of the statement. So for people to say they're after money would not be true. Because remember, there was a contract signed, and though the contract was signed and they have not been paid, they still came and played.
Manins, people ignore what can be achieved when people are in sync and like-minded. You understand what I say? Well, if the best you can get out of people is when they are on board with what they are doing. So if we can get everybody in sync, so if there's a problem, we iron it out together, we move forward together, so that when I am putting my foot, I put my best foot forward, I put a foot of commitment forward. You understand what I say? That makes a big difference in the program.
Yeah, what I've seen a couple of things, because people are saying that the girls' pathway to qualifying is easier and is easier than I don't think so. Because I don't think so, because it is still 8 teams. It's just split over 2 zones. Because if you have brought all the teams together, it would have been it would be 8 teams. Go ahead.
If we were to look at resources that have been pooled, if we look at preparation time and all of them things, you would have said the girls have had a harder time. This is a team we are going into a qualification tournament with very little preparation. So we can't use it as an excuse, Bridget. Seeing when we looked at the Jamaican team, the male team, everybody thought that in this CONFA Cup region, our team was one of the better teams on paper. We looked at it and said, boy, this team should be able to qualify. So I said, even if we never met the top 3, even for the 4th place playoff, we were harboring even that as a minimal ambition, so to speak. You understand what I say? So few of us had for the team miserably as a field, and we have the kind of bundling of things along the way that we have had. Brethren, we might not know what would have happened if this female team had remained in the hands of the JFF, so to speak. We wouldn't know what could have happened. But what we are seeing now is what can happen when a proper management structure is behind a team.
Yeah.
Saying, and this need, as I said, this need to be the blueprint going forward.
Yeah, man.
Saying, respect our manners, my brother,
Yeah,
and
man.
give
All
thanks
right.
to the time.
So
Saying,
people later will be hearing from Pioneer. You'll be on doing some
yeah,
track
man.
and field. So you'll be
Track
hearing
and
for those who are asking. All right. Yeah, man. Bless up. Thanks for the call,
manners.
Pioneer. Yeah, man.
Up.
Yeah. All right. We had Ryan LFC that was trying to get through, and we have a couple of text messages coming in that we're going to deal with. All right. So Owen is saying that the Eagles and mismanagement caused us to not qualify the male team. Yeah, man. Ryan LFC, how you doing, man?
Bro, send me the link, brother, because my phone minute. Just send me a link, make jump on for more 10 minutes or so. I have some time.
All right, not a problem. I'm going to shoot it to you right about now. Not a problem. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I mean, like I said, I think the team, good goals were scored. Also, that's the other thing. We scored some good quality goals as well. Some person is saying that this is not the first. This is not the first game. This is the first. This is the first of the. She played a friendly. This is the first game Satara Moore played for Jamaica in terms of official game. The other was a friendly still. So that is what I was alluding to. All right. I have a couple of text messages that I'm going to read from some persons who are not able to call in because of work, but they're also sending text to the text line. So let me read a couple of them. This one says, I am sure sports is much more difficult for the Mannings because you play home and away in several different conditions. There is no comparison. It is easier to play one-leg matches in a single game. But I am saying to you, CC, if Jamaica had to play USA over one leg, Mexico over one leg, Canada over one leg, I think we'd have still lost. So in terms of teams, I don't know. All right, because USA is not the number one male team in the world, and Mexico is not the number two team in the world. These teams are not ranked so high, and stuff. So I do think that it is difficult for the girls going up. But I do understand that sometimes it's hard to measure and qualify male and female football. But one of the key things we must not miss is this. The girls team, I think, finds better quality in their scouting. Our team, look at the players, a Chelsea player. There's no Chelsea player that plays for the senior team. We're going to find championship and League One and League Two players. The girls find Liverpool, Tottenham. Look at the players. The girls team find the players in the top leagues in the world. Go ahead, Ryan LFC.
Most definitely. Good afternoon to the viewers and good afternoon to your Mannings, man. Big up yourself, brother. No love and respect. Appreciate you having me on the program. All right. But listen, the females team, I think one of the biggest things, although they went into the tournament without preparation, we can say, Mannings, man, is we have 12 players from the last World Cup. Every single time the Jamaican team call, the senior team call, we always adding 2 new players, 3 new players, 4 new players, 5 new players. Last World Cup qualifier, we play against Panama. About 8 players get them debut for Jamaica. That wasn't good in our World Cup qualifier. So we have the core player them, meaning Kemar Taxi Lawrence and all of these players, but we stay long on them. The team outgrow them. Somehow the players them who have been in the team outgrow them. I will keep on them. What this team do, the females team, that's how we always have to take example. The female team, 12 players from the last World Cup in the team.
Yeah.
Better player come in, right? People lose them spot. With the senior team.
Very good point, Ryan. Very good point that is.
Nobody now lose them spot. We continue. Remember, who we have on the bench, we have O'Neal Fisher, we have all of these players. Still around the program, they're not losing them spot. We still carrying them to the thing. So I don't know. I don't really want to talk about the men's side, but I want to talk about the females. I'm tired of the men them now, man. All right? So we can just forget about JFF giving up more of the females team today. That will never happen. You understand? these men not going to do it. They lost too much power with this females team.
Yeah.
They're not going to give up no more team.
But look how much money,
Right?
how much money they get for qualifying now.
I don't know. By tomorrow, me make you know how much money them get for qualifying.
Because it's more money in their coffers.
Yeah, but I hope last time we qualified, it was a option for the girls them to get them per game and them all of them stuff. The JFF are hold on for the money. The last time we qualified, the World Cup money, JFF was holding on for it, and all of the big people them in Jamaica have to get involved in it and all of them stuff there. So I hope we don't find ourselves down that memory lane again. But man is man, we have to give the girls them credit. They played very well last night. I was so nervous at the first football game I ever watched. I'm so nervous. You understand? You see that first goal that Trudy Carter scored kind of relieved the pressure.
Yes.
And I think we scoring first made the Asian start to come at us. And that's the moment when I know that the Asian going to find it difficult to play against this Jamaican team. We score first, they have to start to come at us. And we pounce on them. And one thing for sure, we're more clinical in front of goal last night. We have to give the females team a lot of credit. They're clinical. Bonnie Shaw, in my opinion, when you look at our record and our stats bridging, easily can be the third best, right up there with some of the top strikers they make.
Yeah.
You understand? But I think the management staff play a big role in the team qualify. No, we don't need no more eyeglass to see that JFF is the biggest problem. Back-to-back World Cup. We got 98th World Cup. I was struggling to go to reach our next World Cup and to see a different management staff coming into the team. And you see them reap the benefit of it. A lot of things we need to learn from this female team. But if we don't learn, we're going to go down in a bad way. And the JFF, them stubborn. Them not going to learn. But we have Diego. Big up yourself, Diego. Welcome.
Diego, this is the man. This hold on, Diego. We'll take care. This is the man, and this is Diego Garden, nephew, you know.
Oh, okay, the original in Canada.
Yes, man.
Respect the man from Toronto. Big up yourself, man.
Big up. But when you know me in Toronto, you don't know. When the man get the message, you don't know.
No, I get information after. Research, I get information after.
So you say they research?
From don't know, say from you come from the great Herbert Garden family, you're a genius.
All right, brother. No free.
Diego, give you welcome, man. Good morning. What say you? Great one.
Boy, Diego, it's a pleasure to be on the same show with you still in a big man thing. Somebody who listen to on the radio and to know that we're on the same platform, Bridget. Not about respect for you, my Bridget.
The passion, the passion of the sports bring it together. Manning's man all the way,
Yeah.
I've not seen meet Manning's man in person,
Yeah.
I talk to the man almost every day. That's the passion, man.
Yeah. Definitely.
We have to respect each other's opinion now. Because we're very opinionated.
Yeah. We cause every and then we talk. Yeah, Diego, but what say you about the qualification? A lot of the credit we have been given, not to the GFF really, but to Cedella Marley, of how she managed the whole team and stuff. The team, second World Cup, this is 9 female World Cups, and Jamaica has qualified for 2 out of the 9. You understand? Like Ryan just highlighted, we have 12 of the girls who played in the last World Cup that has always been in the squad coming right through. And so there's some level of consistency. You understand me? What say you about the qualification, and how do we take the examples from this team to apply across the other football teams in the national setup?
What I take from this, and what I've been preaching to youngsters, the power in the youth. LeBron James that teach the basketball players when you don't need to be a Scottie Pippen now and be a slave to the system. You see what the girls them do? And more other people who are criticize them, for standing up, And so we now play for that coach, have come apologize now, Because they are the professionals. They are the ones who have to go there and create the dribble, the pass, the kick. And when them say this coach and not go work for we, now we can you're vindicated. So all the people that used to come down, nobody come down, and all of them used to curse the coach because them love Vin Blaine. Them a KC graduate. Whatever them reason for support Vin Blaine, they will come and support the decision now. Because now the youth them know what they wanted. Same way the man them getting a Dalton with the youngster them. And that's my message, Management come here and manage footballers from the 80s, From the same Diego Gardner. I was not manager because I couldn't pay Diego Gardner. Millions the Asian paid him. Not Jamaican
but Pepsi is here, no, because you see Pepsi just said a great call.
No, man, you're trying man. Yo.
Hey, Diego, I do my research prior to you,
All right.
Yeah, man, I do my research prior to, man. Yes, I down in New York, they are the god down there.
No, man, when it comes to manager, come and do it from, but they're one of the first man there before a man called, who used to play with Alan Skill called Shelley T. Robinson, I'm going to tell the youngster, you understand me? Yeah. All the old ball of them are come from the 80s, all of them are come and the GFF wicked. The GFF wicked, abundant cheese and sky juice, them do your training. Them not giving no money, them not this, them not that. All the great brethren, Kapazuki from Dunning Park. I'm supposed to put the rights together. I see what the youth them do now and get changes done. Stand up and say, Dalton Winter have to go. And I'm not trying to show them the power in unity and the youth them understand it. And that is what the world boys them for learn now. See what the girl them do. So that is my message. You have to give the girls them
credit.
And again, Sidela Marley, it have to be.
Yeah.
You understand me? So yeah, man, that is my message.
The thing though, Diego, what I'll say is that a lot of people did not have a problem with the girls saying we want a coach or we're not satisfied with the coach. They have a problem.
That's not what I heard. You hear something different from me.
Yeah, well, maybe you heard that, but I heard a lot of people saying that the way that it was done, they didn't like. Even for me, I'm saying that I've always said this. Listen, the way that it was done is not the right way, because yeah.
So what is the right way? How to get success? So you tell me what the right way should have been.
All right.
You know what should happen now.
So the right.
I'm gonna tell you the right way. What is the right way?
Let me tell you the right way. The right way is
you should try the right way and never work.
All right. So here's the right way. So if you are my coach, I have a problem with you. The first thing I should do is come to you and say, Coach, we realize this is not happening and stuff, and this is what we are used to, and I come to you first. If when I come to you, as we come to you as a coach, you push us aside and say you're not listening to us, then we go to the team manager. If that don't work, then we bring it out in the public like that what was done.
So you know them about, or you know everything after the beginning, or you know them about the coach and the coach come diss them.
That is the point we're making. That is the point. The point we're making is that we have not heard anything that any other approach was taken. But
so
that
you can't say they never do it the right way. Maybe they did do it the right way.
We didn't say they did not do it the right way. We didn't say they did not do it the right way. No, we are saying to you, based on how it came out, how we saw it coming out in the public, we don't believe that is the best way. Because we have to work.
We don't know. So maybe they did do it the right way.
So we don't know. So we have to speak on what we know.
So you can't say they will never do it the right way if you don't know.
But you can't say them do it the right way.
I am saying the result have to be the right way because the result is made.
No, you can't. No, Diego.
When you get the result, it must be right. We're getting $5 million. And the kids, so you can't criticize them now. There's no criticism.
Diego, you can come to a decision, right, that produces good results, but you come to the decision by doing some bad things.
So you're talking philosophy class in Mannings now, theory.
Mannings man and Sir Diego, listen to me. This is what me hear, right? I'm going to give you what me hear. Listen, Mannings man, the right way we are say, that's how it's supposed to go. But dealing with Old Boy Association, it not gonna work like that. They try to do it, and the Old Boy Association say, this is our man to coach the team. And the girl them say, no, this is not our man. And the JFF insists at the first place, this was a big problem. Remember when a particular person come on the show and I tell you, say, the JFF don't really have much talk. picking the coach, the female's coach. They said to JFF, we don't need the coach. We don't need that coach. And the JFF said them big and bad. Them going to, and the people them say, okay, on the big and bad, let's pull all our sponsors and all of this thing for the girls team. So before them even hire the person, Diego, the girls and the management staff don't want the coach.
Yeah.
And the JFF with them big ego, and we are run this. Shut up. It's not only a running.
Yeah. But what at the end of the day, at the end of the day, go ahead.
So the young genius are making no sense. From day one, them never want to be playing. But this GFF that is incompetent now, you have to go defend them now. That you are saying is incompetent.
Who is defending GFF?
No, you're saying they was right. They went and hired Vin Bruin.
No. They go
the players don't want you. If LeBron James don't want you, you don't make no sense to bring the coach in.
Diego, we're not having a GFF conversation.
No, you are saying that the right way should have gone to the coach, then to management. Yes. And what the youngster is saying to you now, it should have reached there. So if they didn't listen to the professionals, and them will make the money, and them will conquer the world. GFF now play out there. Okay? So if they listen from day one, we won't even get here.
Yeah, but we got here.
Right, so everything the girl do was right.
Anyways, you got to. So, did you watch a game last night?
No, I listened to it.
Oh, right, you listen to it. All right. So, I mean,
was listening to you and cranking them, doing a great job, and Mr. Laws. Is he related to my baller that played for me from Calabar and Waterhouse?
No, man. He's not. His name is not Laws. It's Neo. He's Rogers. He's in your neck. He's in.
Nickname Laws.
No, man. His site. His channel is called Neo's Sovereign Laws and Neo's Laws and
okay.
Right. It's his channel name. But he's in your neck of the woods still. He's an attorney, former Woolmerian. So you know that.
Okay.
Go to good school. All right. Yeah, man. But Jeremy and you is right. Jeremy and you says, gentlemen, let's focus. Maestro is saying that let's focus on the great accomplishment of the Jamaican girls' qualification. Let us celebrate. You understand me? Which is right.
Genius, we are doing that. Genius, the young Maradona. We are doing that.
Yeah.
Big up, Jeremy.
What I will say is that what we learned from this as well is.
But one of the management, I think I want to have the balance. And Sir Diego, it was unfair to the previous coach. Something that happened way back when, and all of these things. That's why they never want him. So it wasn't so that a coaching thing. It's just preference where some of the girls just don't want him, and some previous thing will happen. But we don't really want to talk. But you have to go back on the show, on my show, and watch a video to see what happened. You understand? But management, go ahead.
But what on Genius? I agree with you. It don't have to be a football team. It doesn't matter though. Right? If the stars don't want you.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So no matter them reason, you have to give them what they want. You have to give Steph Curry and LeBron James what they want.
Yeah. So you're saying that
you want to make money.
You're saying that right now with Salah saying don't want Klopp at Liverpool, Klopp needs to go.
But as usually got in a diversion or something different.
Ask your question.
No, Arvid Higgins will learn from Zidane Matthews.
What you talk about?
Argue and win everything.
But what kind of win? Me ask you.
That's a debate you want debate. We have to Klopp on this.
Because you just use, you said what they go. You just use LeBron James basketball.
Yeah, but you know you're asking me a question as if you want me to say.
But
you just the stars. You got to give the stars what they want. And
ask you. So Salah is a star. So if Salah says Klopp needs to go, Klopp needs to go.
But that's not one star. If all of them come together, yes.
Okay.
If all the stars and Liverpool come and say Klopp has to go, we are not playing. Then
it's not a debate. Okay.
It makes sense to let him go. Because you can't get rid of 15 great players.
Okay.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I just want to find out.
If you choose to keep Klopp, you have to agree with Diego again, you know. If you choose to keep Klopp because he's a principal man, you come from the colonial empire of slavery days, where people know to talk and shut up and dribble. Maybe you come from that roast breadfruit mentality. So, man, the number one colonial school in the history of Jamaica. So you have to agree with Diego. You can't
we just say about.
No, I'm saying to you, what do you understand?
We say about number one colonial school. We are talking about.
One of the first slavery school that come out of Jamaica, man. I'm telling you, man, you don't know the history, man. Genius. You must say something genius. I love talk to the youngster them. Because them different from we. Them not shut up and dribble, them not lay down like my brethren them in a football. I come and train and I get sky juice and them not come together and say, well, now I come to training tomorrow let's get some chicken and rice. Them you don't only take the sky juice with them health consciousness and things. So what I'm saying to you, there you go as an owner, I go get rid of club. Because we can get 100 coaches for replace club. I can go get 15 players. Now if you choose to know because of colonialism and you want to keep club and go find 11 Jamaicans to play 11 Englishmen in a champion in a different league, fine. You don't have to agree with Diego, you know.
All right. So let me ask. All right, I hear you, Diego. Let me ask, Ryan. Klopp and Van Dijk says, listen. Van Dijk and Mane says, listen. We don't want Klopp to be in charge of the team. Does Klopp have to go?
No.
So, but shouldn't the stars get what they want?
No, because you're just saying you're just an example.
Yeah.
Hindsight. Yeah, because most of the time if the stars say them don't want the coach, no matter who the coach is, him have to go because the star run thing. They can only replace just the coach while they have to replace the whole squad. So definitely if the superstar in Liverpool say club, you're mad, bro. You have a ton against him, brother. My father that in a brother. Man, give me more joy more than my father, brother. Club give me more joy more than my father. You're mad, brother. Yeah, but
you hear them try with the argument now. I said 50 players enough. Him just give 1 or 2 enough. At 21 girls must sign the thing, you know.
Diego, why you always
bring
some
23.
Thank you, youngster. Why you don't say if 23 players from Liverpool want to get with a club? That they should have. So let me ask the question to you.
So let me ask, if 23 players want to get with a Pep at City.
Hold on. If 23 players want to get with a club.
Pep. Let's use Pep.
As an owner, would you get with a club? 23 players.
Man, Pep is a bigger star than the players. Pep is a bigger star. So I know that Pep can get players as well.
Well, I asked the youngster a question, you never make him answer.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking me. We never know. Oh, right.
I'm asking the youngster.
All right, we also have Preacher who was joined as well. So, right. Yeah.
If 23 players youngster from Liverpool say we need to get rid of club for whatever, and then give whatever the reasoning, who are you going to get rid of? You're going to get rid of club, or are you going to get rid of 23 players?
It's easy, club. You have to get rid of.
Thank you.
It's easy.
Them don't use apples to apples, you know. Them come with apples and orange analogy to try win.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Preacher, welcome to the show.
Big up, Preacher.
Big up Ryan. Big up Diego, the general.
Great preacher. Praise the Lord Jesus, the great Savior.
Diego, you're the boss in the bridge.
What's my opinion, you know? But two of them can't no foul, you know. You can agree. Because, once me throw my opinion, you know, half of the Diego haters, them are going to disagree, and half of people, them are going to agree. So, just simple.
Preacher, what say you about the team qualification? Give us your thoughts on the qualifications. And, like, I give a lot of credit to Vin Blaine because at the end of the day, he took up the job when nobody, it's not like people wanted the job. When they were trying to find even this present coach, he did not want the job. They asked him and he says, no, he doesn't want it. And Vin Blaine took up the job when other people refused it. So we have to give him credit because people refused the job and he took it up, right? Fine, we have moved on from him because that is how life is. At the end of the day, one man plant, and next man water, and we get the increase. So give thanks because of him start the whole thing, because if he didn't do it, we don't know who would have been in charge of the team. He did it. The girl said, Bam, we need a different coach. That's fine. Like I said, it is a process. But go ahead, Preach, and Give your
Well,
thoughts.
I must commend Manning's man for making reference to a quote from First Corinthians right there, not leaving the Bible out. That's straight from the Apostle Paul. One man plant, another man waters, but God gives the increase. Manning's man, we know you're a sharp man when it comes on to the word of God.
Yes, sir.
I mean, credit must be given to all who have played a role, all who have given some amount of contribution to the process. Obviously, some persons will deserve more credit than others. We want to definitely credit the girls for the way they played throughout the tournament. I know concerns are raised after we lost that game to US and Haiti won the game handsomely against Mexico. But I mean, if you watched how we played against Mexico, then you know that we left a lot on the table. You know, we should have given that Mexico team about 4-5 love. And so going into the Haiti game, I think it was a good matchup for us in terms of the style of play. And we are more physical team than the Haitian team. We're bigger physically than the Haitian team. And we use it to our advantage. Shaw was just imposing in that game. They couldn't get the ball off her. She demonstrated her quality. So credit to the girls. Our number 9, who to me has been the key addition to the team.
Drew Spence.
The Drew Smith, the Spence, the Chelsea player, has been a real revelation in the tournament. You know, great addition. So, and our goalkeeper was a real standout as well. Perhaps the player of the tournament for me, in terms of, you know, how she not just kept goal, but how she led. She was constantly communicating with the team. We want to credit as well the foundation, the Bob Marley Foundation and Miss Marley and her team, because the one difference between the senior team, men's team, and the senior women's team is that we have a group of people who have taken the team out of the hands of the JFF administration, the women's team, and we see the difference. The men's team, the administration has too much influence over the men's team. And because of their ineptitude and their ineffectiveness, it has crippled the ability of the men's team to make the transition. So we must credit the foundation, and we credit the coaches. We credit Vin for the role he played. We're crediting this coach for coming in, albeit after the first round, but he took the team to his camp in Colorado. Let's not forget that. When the JFF could not facilitate a camp for the girls, he and his associates created a camping situation. Now I'll say this: the ends doesn't always justify the means. What the girls did with Vin Blaine is not something that I feel good about. I don't feel good about it. I see you, Ryan.
I'm coming back. Just give me a minute. Just
okay. I do not feel good about what the girls did to Vin, because the same thing could be done to the present coach by a different set of girls, right? I don't. And so unlike Diego, I won't necessarily say what they did was quote unquote justified. The results are positive, and we're happy for the results, and we will celebrate the outcome. But we have set a precedence as it relates to our national football team that may not be a good precedence, because a coach might not be doing anything wrong or might not be in the wrong, but a set of players just don't want that coach and prefer somebody else. And if we find ourselves in those situations, will we always accede to the demands and desires of the players?
But preacher, here's where you're wrong again using theory. And I know the Bible is the manual for life, the theoretical. We know that. But the girls did give you reasons. It's not like them never give a reason.
No, man, I can have a reason. No. But Diego, it's not, no, Diego, it's not a wrong, this is not a wrong or right issue, you know. This is an issue of,
you're making it sound like them never give a specific reason.
No, but the reasons they gave were not that he did things wrong, is that they would prefer a different approach.
Yeah, a different way.
Or a different way. It's not that he did anything blatantly wrong or anything that we would consider outside of what a coach would do or should do, right? It's just that they deemed what he was doing not good enough. So I'm saying, Diego, if we have a situation in a football team in our national program, for example, say that the current crop of national players on the men's side say, we do not want to play for Paul Hall. And the reasons given are that we don't think Paul Hall's system of play suits us. And they say to the JFF, we want Theodore Whitmore to coach us. 23 players say that. Do we remove Paul Hall and bring back Theodore Whitmore? Because that's what the 23 players want. Because we're talking about giving the players what they want. And it's easier to do that than
that. I've got a World Cup campaign. I need the 23 players to play. So I am doing it.
Right. And I'm saying
I'm gonna because I can't replace 23 players. I want the money. We're talking about professional sports where there's money. This is not Calabar or this is not Mannings where you have 40 people that try out. It's not about winning and losing in terms of financial reward in this, except for maybe JCFC and Sir, but generally most schools in high schools in Jamaica, right? So I'm going to get you rid of. I'm going to say, okay, Tapa, Paul Hall, good luck. No hard feelings. Tapa, come in.
Well, I'll say this.
Look at this from Stan Cranky, who says, Diego, he says he wants to debate you on this, right? He wants to debate you. Anytime you're ready, he wants to have a debate with you on this matter. He says, anarchy cannot be celebrated because of positive outcome. The end does not always justify the means, which is what Preacher said earlier.
Yeah.
Let me respond to the joker Cranky now. Because first of all, tell him look up the definition of anarchy. What the girls done was not anarchy. So right now, you need to go understand the English language and English word. Before time we come debate, Diego. When using the word anarchy, we totally don't understand the English language.
Well, anarchy is not being used there in its purest sense.
Preacher, let me just say this. This is going to be the Battle of New York because these are two, Calabar versus KC. So we'll see.
Oh, that's why it is. Just shoot a Calabar man and just want to go against Diego. We know the thing about the rivalry.
Yeah, but I'll say this, Diego. I'll say this. Your national football is not tantamount or equal to professional football in the way that you're using it. A club with an owner with players that are paid professionally is different from your national football team.
We disagree with all due
Right?
respect.
No, it's different.
The team to me is not the same as the club, but it's still professional because it's all about money.
All right.
So again, we disagree.
All right. So the question is, okay, so it is okay then for the under 20 to do it because under 20s are not professional.
I'm talking.
Is it okay for the under 15 to do it? No, hold on. How far are you willing to go? Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to the oral traces.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the national team.
I am talking the senior team. So you're going to a different parameter.
Oh, so you're limiting what can be done by players to the senior team. What is the major?
I work with professional sports. I'm
Yeah.
not an amateur man. I used to run a team with paying my money for 30 years. I understand I understand what paying a player is because you want the 20,000 at the end of the summer. So we can go enjoy myself and take the risk. So me understand. I follow professional sports.
Yeah. We have
so
a
don't use amateur to Diego. Diego know nothing about amateur sport.
Hold on a sec, Preacher, because that's a very important question you're asking, and I don't think Diego's response is the best response. So, but we have a call online. This is Kyle. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi to everybody. Hi, panelists and everybody. Big up, Diego. I like your points. Again, congratulations to the girls, to the coaching staff, to the supporters, to the detractors, to the haters, and everybody. But I just want to make this real quick to touch on Diego's point. You know, what Diego is basically saying is that the coach has lost the dressing room, and that happens a lot in football. This is nothing new. You know, players come to a point where they state that I'm not playing for this coach no more. That's how players lose their jobs. But in the media, they call it the coach has lost the dressing room. How many coaches has Messi gotten fired? All right? This is nothing new. So when those girls made that stand, and I have nothing against Blaine, because Blaine did a lot with picking that team. bringing it together. Those coaches know that they needed a professional coach because they come from a professional environment. They play in one of the highest leagues in professional sports, which is the English Women's League. So they know what professionalism is. So when they say, no, this can't work, they know what they're talking about.
Can I ask you a question, caller?
Yes,
Can I? Okay. Who was the assistant coach for this current qualification round?
You're asking me who is the assistant coach?
Yeah.
You mean no, or the one?
Currently.
Or the one currently.
Current. Yeah.
You want me to answer? Or you want the caller?
Anybody can answer.
Xavier Gilbert is the assistant coach.
Xavier Gilbert. Was he there when Vin Blaine was there?
No.
Xavier Gilbert is a local coach. He has never coached at the international level, apart from the youth teams, the amateurs, and he is the assistant coach to the current coach. If the current coach so happened to be absent, sick, whatever, can't be there, Xavier Gilbert would have been the man at the helm for those games. What is the major difference between Vin Blaine and Xavier Gilbert? Because you said they needed a professional to coach them.
Right. And they have one now in Lauren Donaldson, right? He's the one who is overseeing everything, right?
I know, but I ask you, who is Lauren's assistant?
And you just pointed him out. So I am trying to
get your point now.
Understand your point, because
no, the point I'm making is you are saying that Vin Blaine is not professional by referencing that they needed a professional. I am saying to you that they have on their coaching staff as an assistant to the main coach, somebody who you wouldn't deem professional. And if the main coach so happens to not be there physically, the unprofessional assistant would be the one in charge. So I don't think you have a point about them needing a professional.
All right, let me put it in context, because context is very important to any point. Professional means up to the standard that these girls are used to working with. They come from a Premier League environment, meaning professionalism in the JPL isn't up to they're working with. That's what I mean. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when they get a man like Donaldson now, who has an A license, who knows how to operate in that environment, you know, who knows the didactic, you know, methods of teaching, for formations, and you know, these little things. That's what they're using to.
So Vin Blaine doesn't have an A license.
No, he has a master's in sports, so he doesn't have an A license, but he has a master's.
Somebody, the one that talk about football. So
yeah, but that is what. All right, so.
No, you answer the question. We just want to know. We want to know. So about university degree.
No. All right, but it has to do with footballing. Yeah.
So
but it's not the same as having
it's not the same. It's not the same as having an A license.
Yeah, you know,
right.
Donaldson is more a professional coach than Vin Blaine.
Right.
I am very careful how I use these things, you know, because you see, what we are celebrating is an outcome, and we are now linking the outcome to the fact that one coach is more professional than the other coach. When the other coach did not lose a game, the same unprofessional coach had mostly the same players, and had a 100% winning record.
As the caller said, please, for context, who did he not lose against?
He did not lose against those he had to play against.
Yeah, but what are the opponents? Name them.
He never got a chance to play against Mexico.
But you see,
he never got a chance.
Hold on, wait. That is why I keep saying you need to put things in context, you know. You know, not losing a game against minor teams is different than playing against professional teams.
But he didn't
No,
get a chance to play
the
against
context. Hold on,
professional
wait,
teams.
hold on.
So how you going to judge him
And again,
against professional teams?
hold on, sir. Again, the context again is that these ladies are coming from a professional league.
No,
So
I'm
they are
asking
used
you.
to certain.
I'm asking you. How are you going to judge Vin Blaine if against professional teams? If he has never played against professional teams, what do you use to judge him?
Okay, that's a good question, and let me answer to that. I am not judging Vin Blaine. I am basically going by what the ladies have demanded. They said that they are not satisfied with the coach, and they listed the reason. Okay, now they are used to Mr. Donaldson. Obviously, they believe that he has met their criteria as to what a coach should be. That's all I'm saying. And the only variable that I can point to is that they have one thing in common. They're both coming from a professional system, and they meet. Those minds are meeting to basically get the results done.
Yeah, no.
Girls are from a professional league. Coach is a professional. What else can I say? That's it right there.
All right, guys. All right, guys. We have a couple of but thanks for the show. Really appreciate the input. So let's take a couple. Respect, Kyle. Hold on, Diego. Listen, this is Carlington Clark. They said the lady never wanted him. Big up, big up.
Big up Puppy Dog. Big up Puppy Dog every time.
Godson Spring. For
Big
real.
up.
But Crank, Diego, are you okay with you and Cranky having a conversation on this matter?
No problem.
All right. So we're gonna set up the time for you and him to how much time you need to do you need time to kind of prepare and get information? Are you okay? Huh?
Just make sure we use the right English words and context. That's all.
Be careful.
Your time for Cranky, man.
I will tell you this. That Cranky, to be fair to Cranky.
I'm not talking about man who watch TV every day. No matter what a man who manage. We manage a team professionally.
But I'm going to tell you that Cranky team in the league beat your team in Bronx. One time. One time your team ever beat him. One time.
Which team is that?
Huh? The Buffalo team.
Buffalo come 1 year in the Bronx League.
What was the name? No, they changed the name. What was the name before?
They never changed the name.
What was the name
after Buffalo? Buffalo come 1 year in the league sometime in the 80s. A third, right about from 1990 to now.
Let's talk about
Buffalo
his team?
Diego Garden team. Herbert Diego Garden them.
What about his team? What about the team that he and
what about this thing? Let me tell you about New York now.
Hey,
you tell you about New York football.
Ease yourself. What about
Buffalo was a Brooklyn team, not a Bronx team. My team was in the Bronx.
Hey, what about the team that he and what about the team that he and Brady was running? How much time you beat them? I'm asking you a question.
That's not him team.
Hold on, man.
No, that's not Cranky team.
Hey. Calm down.
When you're making a false statement, that's not Crank Mandela. Cranky have nothing to do with Mandela.
Cranky have
Mandela is Brody, Stewart, and Dave.
All right. So
okay. So when Cranky stop telling lie, can you believe anything what Cranky tell you? You can talk nice and so like you know what I talk about.
Yo, Mannings, man, stop rile up Diego, no man. I make
you talk for man. Make Cranky talk for himself.
Hey, Diego.
When you talk to Cranky about Cranky run Mandela, ask Cranky when him run Mandela.
Diego.
Dave Stewart, Brody, Dave Stewart. And Dave.
Diego.
Dave Chisholm, if I remember.
Diego, you are on a program that me lead.
No, there's no leader here. Talk.
Diego.
Yes. Diego, first sit down and hear your chat and just accept it.
Diego.
That's smart.
Diego,
Cranky don't run the team, bro.
Diego, when you're talking, I allow you to talk.
I'll tell you what I say. You disagree?
Diego, nobody is shouting at you. So you see, if you continue,
are you going to Cranky, Mr. Cranky was about Vin Blaine, and you're going with Bronx League.
Diego,
I tell Mr. Cranky beat me.
Diego,
which team Cranky ever beat me with?
Diego,
And then
Diego.
they are bringing Mandela, where is my brethren I grew up with from you and then, where we go we from 11-year-old brother Stuart, okay? Used
Diego.
to be and him was rivalry.
All right, Mannings.
So you can't tell about, you can't
Hold on, preacher. So,
start by yourself.
Diego. So, Cranky, we're gonna set up the time. Simple. For you and Diego to be on the platform together.
Yeah.
So you can and Diego can flesh out this.
Yeah.
Because might cannot beat. Right. But people, don't take Diego seriously. It's when the program finish, he will call me. We talk. So
Okay, not a problem. Why you telling people the foolishness for? I want to come with this balloon and mentality. You think our children and listen to you?
Listen.
The people them know the history. People them know me and know the history.
What's wrong with this? Diego just
we are trying to appease you about the people them who ain't call you. Another personal thing between me. Me say stop talking, Cranky. Aye.
All right, Mannings, hear me. Yeah, Diego, hear me.
Mandela. You crazy?
Diego, I want to get this clear.
Yeah.
I don't think Vin Blaine could have continued to coach the team. I don't think he could have because the girls didn't want him to be their coach. So he couldn't have continued to coach the team. However, the principle of players, you say professional players, all right? I'm going to work with your parameters. The principle of professional players, in this case, our national senior men's and women's team, being able to say to our federation, we don't want this coach for any reason, is not a principle I am necessarily comfortable with, because there might be an occasion where, unlike this occasion, the girls or the boys may want a coach out, not for reasons that we can probably understand, but for personal reasons, right? But for their unwillingness to adhere to principles that are right. Now, when a group of players want a coach to be ousted because the coach is laying down the right principles and the right standards, that makes me uncomfortable. Mind you, I understand what you're saying about the power of players and about the fact that you can replace a coach, but you cannot replace 18 and 23 players on the fly. I agree with you on that. My argument is more around the principle behind certain actions. That's why I said the ends don't always justify the means. Now, if the girls had not qualified, there would be many people would be saying, see there, that for reach them because he didn't get rid of Vin. Or some people would say, so how them they behave like a Vin was the problem. I wouldn't make that argument because I don't believe that it's Vin who would make them qualify, or it is the changing of the coach by itself who would make them qualify. I think that this is a good crop of players. They added some quality. I think that going into the final round, they were one of the favorites to go through. We had Mexico beating them, but when you look at the Mexico team, they clearly lack something, right? So I think we have a good crop of players. And if you take out the current coach and put in a different coach, you might still get quality from these players. So that's my argument. I'm not disagreeing with you on the general notion that players have power. And at the professional level, you can't replace players.
I understand where you're coming from, preacher. For example, you mentioned principle. When you preach every Sunday, as I tell my friend, you guys sell salvation for money every Sunday, you know. So you believe in principles, you know. And you pay for the everlasting life and salvation. I'm also saying apartheid was a principle. There's revolutionaries also that have a place. So it's just two things. Okay? You have Malcolm X, okay, who believe revolution is a solution. And you have the great Martin Luther King said, listen, march peacefully, no matter how the dog them bite you up and them wet you up, just be peaceful. I'm not saying, I'm just giving you I am the revolution. I support the revolutionists. I support the people them who decide to stand up. That's all I'm saying, Papi.
We have a call online, preacher. Caller, go ahead. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Thanks for taking my call, man. But I'm listening to you, and I have to agree with Diego. And even though I am agreeing with Diego, I kind of understand where you and the preacher come from. 'Cause it seems like it looks like you guys have come from a Christian point of view, in my opinion.
Thank you, Carla. And we understand the theory, you know.
Go ahead, Carla. No.
My opinion, you know, 'cause it's not a coincidence that I'm a preacher and you're a Christian-minded person, which I have nothing against that. But you see, they are grown women, and they must know when them have a good coach or when them have a bad coach. And coach not supposed to have nothing to do with your private principle of your life, as long as you perform your football principle.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Well, preacher, for say, you read what it says? Frankie just said he was never involved with Mandela. That is the team that beat us.
Read the rest of it, Diego.
No, the rest of in the matter. We're talking about Mandela. You said the man beat me. That you're talking about.
No, read the rest.
Where am I going Craig Butler for?
Read the rest of it.
Craig Butler not on the show. Craig Butler has something different again. That's what we're doing when the time. Where always Craig Butler? Why should I talk about Craig Butler?
I'm asking you to read the rest of the statement.
So I'm correcting you, but you don't want to take the correction.
I stand corrected.
All right.
So read the rest of the statement now.
Diego is following his mentor, Craig Butler, in how he engages the public domain. Being loud doesn't make you right. So what?
I'm just asking to read the rest of it. That's it.
All right, let's talk some more of it. Let's talk some more reggae girls. So I mean, right. I think we're losing. I think we're losing sight, Manning's man, of the historic nature of this qualification because of all of the things that surround it. Diego. This is the first team in the English-speaking Caribbean to qualify for 2 consecutive World Cups, right? We have a women's team qualifying for 2 consecutive World Cups without having a local women's football league. I think that is unprecedented, again, in terms of qualification. Yes? So this is a major achievement. Major achievement. And sometimes we water down some of the things we achieve, because we're so focused on the things like the discussion with Vin Blaine, obviously the discussions with the JFF. But this goes to show that we are actually recruiting and we are actually producing some players at the senior national level that are competitive enough that in the World Cup that we're going into, we should be looking not just to participate, but to perhaps transition out of the first round of the World Cup. That's the kind of discussion we need to be having now. Not hearing your Mannings, man.
Article just came up in the BBC with the diversity in the English team, because you notice the English team has no Poppy. I'm going to call it Poppy. I'm going to call it so you can come on shortly. The English team has no African. There's no the ethnic culture in the English team is poor for the Euros. And so there's a big move now to get that. I think this is where Jamaica could benefit on the female side. In other words, we could get a lot of the players in England, more players to come in and play. The good thing is that, unlike with the senior male team where we go and get championship players, we can get the players in the highest league, which is you understand me, which I think could benefit the team in terms of going forward. Like I said, look at the recruitment. Chelsea players, Tottenham players, Liverpool players. We don't have these players available to us on the male side for the most part. So I agree with you. That gives us a good opportunity to come out of the zone by recruiting. And one thing I can say, the pull of the Marlies is very instrumental. Somehow they have a way of getting the players into the team soon enough to play in competitions, and so that is good. We have Unseen who is going to chime in and give us his opinion. So go ahead, Unseen Sports.
Welcome everybody. Big up the panelists, everybody in the comment section. Unseen Sports is here. Well, here a debate and Vin Blaine. But I believe if Vin Blaine was still the coach, without the problem, the team would have qualified. And I believe that, the team would have been a better state going into the championship, without the problem. But such is football. The players have right. If they see any problem there, they don't like somebody, they're always going to talk about it. Even if they have somebody, even when they have somebody like a Sidela, where them can go to and tell them problems to, she will deal with it and she will find the right way to deal with it. And they have dealt with it, never done in the right manner, but them deal with it and we get the job done. So, and we are in the World Cup. So all of that, Vin Blaine doing part in the whole thing. So we have to give Vin Blaine credit because he have a winless record with the girls. But we make it to the transition to the next round, and now we are in the World Cup. So big up Vin Blaine, CMA with the girls, and big up the coach now. We are in the job. You understand? So we can move on now. We have to get the coach at the helm to carry the mantle with the girls. I have a doubt with him CMA because we still believe him have a whole heap of things to work on. But let us see what he will bring across. Is it that we as Jamaican want to go to the World Cup only or want to compete? Because that we find out with Jamaican now, we settle for less too much. You understand, Diego? We settle for less all the while. We want to go World Cup, we want to compete and beat some big team and say, whoa, no man, the thing bigger man, the thing they're on a global stage now. We just want to go World Cup, we go
Mannings, I want to just quickly say something because I might have to jump off. All right? Not hearing your Mannings, man.
Yeah, go ahead, preacher.
I watch all 3 games, right? And I will say this, and I see something that the coach did in the last game that I must give the coach credit for. In the first game, Jody Brown was playing with Shaw up front, right? And in the US game, he introduced Trudy Carter into that US game. And he still had Jody Brown out there. All right. But in the last game, Jody Brown was deployed on the left side, on Jamaica's left side, more to help with the defensive duties down our left side, which was an area of weakness in the games prior. So the attack on our right, 80s left, was being led primarily by Trudy Carter, with Shaw coming across on the left-hand side. Do you realize that 3 of the goals that we scored, well, I'd say 2 of the goals that we scored came directly from that side of the field, the side where Trudy Carter was deployed, and Trudy Carter was involved in 3 or 4 of the goals.
3, yeah.
Three of the goals, right? Now, that is evidently the coach's tactical awareness manifesting itself. And so I don't just look at the result. I also look at what is done in the game. Persons who are watching the game were saying, Jody Brown no look like she play a regular attacking style of play. But it is obvious that the coach kept Jody Brown more to help defensively because of how the Haitians are in terms of counter-attacking. They have players with pace and skill. And Jody Brown is one of our players who has a lot of pace. So she can recover well and help the team defensively. I must give Lauren Donaldson a lot of credit for that because I think that played an important role in how that game against Haiti played out.
Point that preacher, no, Unseen was making a point earlier, but he's gone. But we have a caller online. So caller, welcome to the show. What say you today?
Yeah, welcome. I was watching the game last night. I believe the girls did very well, and the girls is a good crop of players because they are playing together for a long time. So that's why the man team need to be played together for a long time so they can gel. The ladies is gel and they play together. But anyway, I know they would never manage the United States. But anyway, they bounce back and they qualify for 2 World Cups. And the male team is struggling for a long, long time to get into another World Cup from 1998. So I believe now the ladies then decided they need back Landon Nelson because Landon Nelson was a part of the coaching staff with Hugh Mendes who qualified the team for 2019. So now they stuck to the task and they qualify, and I'm happy that they are they create history. They are the first English-speaking Caribbean to qualify for back-to-back World Cup. Yeah. That's all I can say because they said they don't need Villain Blaine and blah, blah. And if it wasn't for Bob Marley daughter, this program would never back on track. It would never come back. And all big up to Sirinda Marley. Yeah.
All right then, caller. Respect. Thanks for the call. Yeah, man. All right. Blessing. All right.
Thank you, Special Edition. Thank you, Mr. Special Edition. Thank you, sir. I don't know why I lost my credit, but thank you.
What is being missed is that how you play. Most teams depend on the quality of the opponent. We had over 60% possession and no press, which allows us more freedom to operate. All right, that is cranky. So we have our next caller. This is Ian Campbell. Ian, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm blessed up honest, man. Made the final lunchtime, so I'm give you a quick call.
Yeah, man. We have the preacher, we have the general, and we have the unseen one. That's Diego, preacher, and unseen sports. Also on the panel.
Well, bless up to everyone.
Yeah, man.
Everyone bless up, and congratulations to the girls and the coaching staff, and a job well done in qualifying for the World Cup.
Yeah,
That's important to say. You know, I'm calling to follow up on the last caller's comment. You know, something that is evident in the female team. The team is selected according to the best players that are actually available, and I think they actually look at their opponents and try and select players that are equivalent to who they're playing against or their main opponents, because the caliber of player that Jamaica actually have, they can compete with other teams, right? Because they have players in the English professional and the US professional leagues, which are the top leagues in the world, right? And they're playing against Canada, Mexico, Haiti, the US, etc., Costa Rica, and they can compete against these teams and be very competitive. On the other hand, the male team issue with the male team is that I don't think the male team looks at who they're playing against, as in the opponent. You are playing against the United States, and the caliber of player that the US have, they just pick players. For instance, I'm not disrespecting anyone from the USL or the JPL, but it's just a matter of what's actually happening. You're selecting guys from, say, USL, JPL, to play against a Pulisic, right? Or a Giovanni Reina, right? There's a reason these guys are playing in a particular league. The EPL and the USL, they are polar distance apart in terms of quality. But you're competing against high caliber players, and you are just picking players without making an effort to try and get the best available players that you have. So until our male team can realize that Jamaica and Jamaican diaspora is one, right? And there are millions of persons in the diaspora across the world. Just like how the female team realizes that it's one Jamaica, and they just get players to represent Jamaica. It's not about individuals. It's not about the coaches. It's about Jamaica moving forward. Look at it. We're all happy because the team has qualified. Nobody's looking at that. There are how many foreign-born players in the team, because guess what? Jamaica qualified for the World Cup. It's a great feeling. Everybody forgets about where players come from. Guess what? If the male team qualifies with a bunch of foreign players, the same thing will happen. Right? Because about Jamaica, it's not about, we have to get this thing out of our heads about we must pick local born players. We are all Jamaicans. That's what's important about Jamaica.
All right.
And
so let me say this.
Hold on. It's a pain in my heart regarding R20 team that remains there because of I know the caliber of players we had available and simply did not select them. Right? Our effort wasn't made, and I'm proud of women football in Jamaica because they are a cut above the male because guess what? They are getting about Jamaica. It's Jamaica first for them,
Okay.
right? And I respect them for that.
All right.
Our male team is about self.
All right. So let me say this, right? You and I agree that, I think we all agree that we must always select our best players. All of us, even Diego as a coach, know that. You select your best available players. I think the issue though, I have with our male team, which is different from the female team. When I look at the players, for example, in the female team, I see a Chelsea player, I see a Liverpool player, I see Tottenham players, I see players playing in the top league in even the US. All right? I am fine with not using nobody from Jamaica. I am fine with using nobody from the USL. I am fine with using nobody from the MLS. I am fine with using everybody from England. I have no issues with that. Here's where I have a problem. My problem is not where the players come from in terms of country, where in terms of playing. My issue is the level of player that we recruit. When I see a list,
I agree.
No,
I agree as well. I agree.
Let me finish. So right. So I have said this before, and Cranky and I and many others have had this discussion. Our emphasis is too much on Pagan, you can say what you want to say. Our emphasis is on players from anywhere in England. Our first emphasis should always be on the players playing in the Premier League. We must go for the players in the Premier League. This idea that
our top leagues then, top leagues.
So
the top leagues.
No, man. I'm going to focus.
I'm not saying top leagues.
I'm
not
narrowing it down.
Directly.
Fine, I hear you, but I want to narrow my thing down. When we go to England, the first place we must look, just like the girls' team, is in the highest league in England. And I
agree with you.
And if we can find 5 or 6 players in that league and put all our effort in it and build it around the other players, say the Shamar Nicholson or whomever else, that's fine. Because that way you're eliminating everybody because really and truly, if you have 6 players from the Premier League, there's no way a youth playing in the JPL is going to make the team. There's no way an MLS player. I think what happens is that when you begin to go to Championship and League One and League Two, we still believe that we can get players playing in the Championship to beat Mexico and to beat the USA. I don't think so. I think if
and you are correct. Because I'm gonna give you an example.
Yeah.
Demari Gray, right? Demari Gray. I know his situation, right?
Exactly. Like Demari Gray should have been in Jamaica. We should have we should have gone after Mason Holgate.
No. What I'm saying is that man, did they even try to recruit Demari Gray? They frustrate the young man.
Well, we don't
frustrate him.
I don't want to spend because
I want to say,
yeah, man, I hear you.
He was frustrated.
Yeah, man. I just want to make that point.
There are other EPL players that we have frustrated in the past.
All right,
we frustrate them because.
All right. So Ian, here's what I don't want to do because I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time focusing on. I just want to touch on that and move away from it.
All right,
I don't want to spend. You understand? At the end of the day, we need to focus on the girls. Yeah, right. So I know that there's a move to get more girls out of England to play on the team. At least 5 more girls are coming in, and all of them play at top clubs: City, Arsenal, those clubs. I think the leaders of our male football need to go and find 6 to 7 players in the Premier League minimum in England, including the Leon Bailey and the Ethan Pinnock, and put everything behind them being a part of the core of the team. Then you can begin to add.
Exactly.
You can add others.
And I totally agree with you. And our recruitment strategy sucks. It's just the truth.
Yeah, man.
You are correct. And I congratulate the girls on the effort and what they are about. And I wish, because we are on one Jamaica, I wish the male team can look at the female team and try to emulate what they are doing.
Yeah.
You understand?
There you go. But
anyway, I have to run. I'm at work. Man. Take care.
Yeah, man. All right, blessings, man. Diego, what do you
All
think
right,
about?
cool.
Yeah, man. What do you think about that, Diego?
Um, about
In
what?
terms of players for the male team, looking at what the girl team did.
Oh, but
And
I've always said it. It's not a secret. You go for your best players. Doesn't matter where they're from.
yeah,
All you have to do now, when you go for your best players, you bring them in a certain amount of time
exactly.
where you need chemistry and understanding and then play together. So you need the friendlies and you need these little things that you have to. So always go for your best. Again, professional sports management. It's about the dollar. This is
Yeah.
not, as you said, this is not primary school and Manning Cup and, Corner League. This is professional sports at the highest level.
Yeah.
It's
And
about
part of the issue,
the
though, part of the issue still, I think on the female side, like some of these players that come in from the female side, I feel like it is harder for them, given the lack of diversity in the English side. Because to be fair, if a man is a top player in the English league, say he's the top player in the championship, I think sometimes, Diego, for that player to come and play for Jamaica, especially when he's born in England, is very difficult, because I think some of the girls, they're not heavily recruited per se by England in comparison to the male. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but the competition is less. You're right.
The competition is less,
Right,
so you'll
because
find
it's
more
the
of the.
perfect example.
Yeah. Yeah. You understand me?
I get you.
Yeah. So sometimes it's harder. But listen, again, I don't think we can find players in the championship that can beat the USA team and beat Mexico team, because the Mexican players are playing in the La Liga, playing in the EPL, playing in Syria, playing in the Portuguese league. So when we are recruiting, our first level of recruiting, we cannot start from League 2 up to Premier League. We need to start from the Premier League and find the 5 or 6 up there first, and then we start to plug it with players from the lower levels. We cannot start recruiting from the lowest levels, hoping to add some. We have to start at the top, get the best players. If it take you a year, whoever you need to bring into the meeting, get those top players first.
But that's logic. The whole recruiting system is built on that.
Exactly.
When even colleges in America or even clubs recruiting, they go for the best players.
Yeah, it's just like
and then you keep going down the list. Can I get the best? You go to the next level.
If New York Knicks goes and the Giants wait until the second round to make a pick and miss out on all the first, you have to go for the top first. In the top, and then after that you go down. We do it the reverse. We start from the lowest league and then try to go up. Anthony, you were making a point and you kind of, yeah.
Yeah, man, is one. Yeah. Think clear now? Are you hearing the feedback?
No, man, we're hearing it clearly.
Okay, so if I make a point, so how far we reach? Because it's like the internet, we kind of jump off.
Yeah, I mean, just you can go back to what you were talking about.
Yeah. So I was just saying that whether it was Vin Blaine or Donaldson, I think we will get the same result because the girls are hungry. And
the only reason why I would disagree with you is that the players would not be happy because the players said they don't want the coach. So if you still keep the coach, would the players still be happy?
That's what I'm saying. If there wasn't any problem and Vin was there.
Yeah, you understand what I mean? At the end of the day, brother, this is where I believe in player power. Because if the players say they don't want a particular coach, you leave the coach there, you're not sure what kind of effort you're going to get from the players.
But man is one, the notion that Vin Blaine is not a good coach and him late and him that. That's what I'm trying to get out.
No, I am not going there. No, I am saying at the end of the day, if the players say we don't want Jason Kidd to coach the Brooklyn Nets, and Jason Kidd is still the coach, then the players may not give 100%.
Yeah, man, I understand that clearly. All right.
What Manningsman is saying is not about whether the coach have quality or not.
Not exactly.
Vin Blaine can probably have better coach than Donaldson.
Yeah, but if the players don't want him,
the 23 girls don't want you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If there wasn't any problem, you get me? If there wasn't any problem,
but
I think he would.
Ansel, we can't have the discussion there because we wouldn't be having the discussion.
But because the problem now, we have to move on and find a better party, and the girls qualify. So we need to leave off for the bin blame thing, you know. People are do the bin blame argument thing, you know, and move on and step up a thing now, different thing, you know. Understand? We need to start compete. We need to compete now in the World Cup and not just go there to just show us that Jamaica got the World Cup and that's it. And play to Bob Marley song and that's it. We need to go there and get some team, some one love, some two love, and then we can play the song. You understand what, Diego?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The one, we don't want to go there because we
Jamaica. As far as deep as we can go, we are trying to go.
And if you understand, because we Jamaicans sometimes we tend to settle for less. You understand? We just want to work up and that's it. They don't care what happens after. Do you believe that Jamaica can compete in the World Cup?
Of course, I think we have a stronger team than we did the last time. I mean, we were in a very tough zone. I think the zone of death. We had Brazil, Australia, and Italy, I believe. I mean, we were in a very, very tough zone. So I think we can be more competitive.
And we have better players coming in, right?
And I think we're gonna have more players coming in as well. So, and this is the thing that I like about the female team. I think Ryan alluded to this earlier. You know that some of the players who played in the first round are out. The problem we had with our male team was this same problem. You're getting better players. There were better players available, but there was a loyalty to former players. I think the female team is more ruthless. And you need ruthlessness in football. They're going to run a team, right? They're going to run a team. Listen, if you bring in, there's no way you can have Ravel Morrison available and you keep your local brethren around the corner in the team.
But if Rafael come in, Rafael have to play, man.
He have to play. And who want to leave, but he have to play. That is the problem, I think, with the male team. There is a loyalty to the persons more than to the goal at the end.
Management, it go down to the leadership of the team. I think JFF, what the best thing JFF do is to give Cyril Marley the managerial part of the girls team. You know, she responsible for getting the players and do certain stuff. Now, I think if GFF fight, if somebody who love the football like Cyril Marley who want to work with the boys, at this moment, at this juncture, because of the constitution and the whole voting aspect and all of that, now go change. Anytime that change, then we might have a better way going forward with the men football. But until that, it's not going to the same problem and complain every day.
Yeah. Look at this, right? And this is the next one. The same females who got replaced are on social media supporting the team. And when the male team get dropped out and you go on their pages, it's be a disrespect. So there is, we need to probably deal with even the ego thing. But again, this is a big accomplishment. We have also joining us Teagat from Sports Down the Middle. Sir Teagat, welcome to the show.
Welcome everybody. Welcome panel. Welcome Unseen. Welcome Diego.
You know that somebody said earlier that you and Diego related.
I don't know what I want there.
No, seriously. Somebody said it earlier in the comment section because they say same way Tiga talk loud like Diego. Seriously, somebody said it in the comment section. I don't know.
Almost cranky said.
No, it wasn't cranky. Somebody else said it.
And everybody can whisper like you in the past.
No. That's me I talk about.
Yeah,
man is one.
Yeah,
you're CC, but we get new office.
Oh. Tigat, what say you? You have been listening to the conversation.
Yes, in and out.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm elated. I'm really happy that the girls have qualified for the World Cup. It's a joy. That everybody's rejoicing now, amidst what's been happening in the football community, and we as person who play the game, who watch the game, who enjoy the sport, heartache. No man is have heartache, and Unseen have heartache, me have heartache, cry, because sometimes we're this close and it just fade away. The last World Cup was under 20, we're this close to say yes, them have a chance, and it just fade away. The boys, we say we have some good crop of players in all over the place playing football. We say, yeah, them can do a thing. Nothing happen. But the girls this time, they just pull it off. They just pull it off and really happy and elated about what happened. It's just some things need to change now. Definitely some things need to change. And if If them sister them can't run the football, just leave it out and give it to somebody. You understand? Make them run it. Make somebody else run the football.
Yeah.
Make somebody else run the football. Definitely.
But you got to know so easy, cause somebody have to be willing to put up the money like Cinderella and willing have the passion like Cinderella. And everybody you're willing to do them things they're unique, something you look on, what Cinderella Marley are doing.
That is true, but people there is willing, but so other
Oh,
people are lying in them pocket.
The person willing to put up their money.
People that
money
might not know them off. And this morning, me that talk to Ancina and name out some persons. You understand? Me say you know the person them better than me. Me might not know them off, but people out there are willing. People out there are willing to sacrifice. You understand? Other people, Diego. You remember when Captain De Win was the football president, and then Crenson Boxer came in, you understand, thought he could do run the program, and then he run the program to a wreck. You remember that time?
Yeah, man, but Captain sabotaged the program little, so Captain was part of the wrecking.
Yeah, but remember when Crenson come in and didn't do that wonderful job. You understand that? So we understand that people they can't help them just line them pocket. Everybody just going on a line them pocket.
I agree with you, I say, Cinderella Marley invest our time and our money. How much people I don't know of anyone who's willing to do that. If you know, tell me.
Okay. And so give the Marley the whole entire program.
So you want to take up the whole thing now again.
Yeah, man, get the whole program then.
Tiga, I'm gonna cut you.
Go on and see.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Diego, we have one of top persons in the business who want to run the football. See, we have one to run the JPL.
No, we're not about run. Put up them money like Cinderella. Not careful when I talk to Diego, you know.
Money himself, money.
Me want to run the GFF.
So hold on,
I'm saying, we don't love to run the GFF if them give it to me. See? But we don't have the money to put up like Cinderella. Because you have somebody who will put up his own personal money. Understand the parameters, no man.
Diego, understand, man. But Diego, we like talk from stages go for them. We just jump the gun. You understand? What I'm going on, we have man like Chris Williams. You know, say Chris Williams bail out Jamaica from no stuck a Suriname alone.
I heard Chris Williams this morning on the radio show say he's not interested in being a president at GFF. Pretty much.
Why? It's because our system said no. Until them change the system and change the constitution to 70 or 60 vote, management can correct me upon that. How much vote they're going to change it to?
But sit there now wait for the system.
No, because the girl think different. You understand? Say the JFF.
Say, who you know what to do what Cinderella do?
Because the JFF now going to allow nobody to do it.
So how them allow Cinderella?
Because of the girl program, they don't really care about the girl program.
They don't care about the girl program. Why that's a strong statement?
Ask yourself how long Jamaica not playing the football. They have a big sponsor in the football. You see no girl football play in Jamaica?
So they care about the
Is there any girl football playing in Jamaica, man?
So what I know, Nancy, stay with me now. So they care about the band program. So they're not going to give to nobody then. So
that's what I said to you. Them now will give to nobody then, so easy.
Okay.
Them now will give to an independent person who have money running.
All right, T, got to hear that?
But if the constitution change,
Mr. Diego,
if the constitution change and there is better leaders coming in with money, like a man like the man who own Ready TV, we having money. Chris Williams having money. I will Powell them and if I know Moby have them money who want to come in and can put them money in it. Maybe we can see something bit better.
Oh yeah,
right?
I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying.
When the constitution,
but me would have want Chris Williams, I hope him change it.
Hold on, unseen. It's not where you want. I probably want Miss World to be my wife, Lisa, and I know, but I don't know where you want. Sometimes you get to know. What I'm saying to you, unseen, right? I agree with you now. And Michael Ricketts said, anybody who wants to be the president, run against me next year. Him say it now, and I like saying not say it. And him agree with the 6-1, the difference in the constitution. So therefore just go run.
But you might lose. You might lose in Canada.
But one thing I'll say though is that on the women's side that the Marlies don't necessarily put their own money in it. What they are able to do is to get enough sponsorship to
Sponsor.
do the thing.
Yes.
Yeah, because they did say that they're always seeking. So sometimes there may be some of their own money in it, but majority of the money that they talk about is what they get from
Sponsorship.
sponsorship. So I
Yes, man.
think what you probably need, but Diego made a very good point that the head of the PFJL said the business entity, even with his face, they are very, he man said they're mean. You
The
can
man tell them
understand me?
wicked, you know what I mean? The man goes back to them wicked.
So that means that getting money sometimes is not as easy. So the fact that Fidel Mali and her group can raise funds, I don't know, maybe outside of Jamaica is a big deal. A big deal. You understand me? It's a big deal. So that is, yeah.
But man, the article is out, you know, with with corporate Jamaica saying that they're willing to back the coach. What's his name again? Paul.
Yeah, Paul Hall. Yeah.
Hold on. Manins.
Is it an
Diego, I'll soon be
article?
back.
Yeah, man. All right.
Okay.
Is it an actual article?
Yes, I think it come out on the Gleaners.
All right. But the thing is that no, Diego go and tell you ask you what is the source of that.
Yeah, we can. That's what I say it in a film check it up. You can
Yeah,
ask
because
when I give the article name, so it sound like it's not so true. So you might have to go check it out now.
Yeah, because there's no reference to who or where or which corporate company who, no name. It don't say like NCB,
Good point. So it could be
nobody.
It could be a corner shop on Whitehall Avenue. So
Well, it could be the same person who want the job telling somebody to say that to help.
But they are afraid of the JFF lack of transparency.
But that's what I'm saying, unseen. I hear that, and that may be absolutely true, but it could be absolutely wrong.
Well, based on what is going on, it's more true to me.
Because remember this, that Chris Williams is seeking money and have no affiliation to the JFF in terms of what he wants it to do. And he sent you. Some of these people are, he said this, some of these people are my friends. And I did not know until I get in there. A man will say them, I will give you 100 and give you 1% of what they said they're going to give you. Me never know. He said this. I never knew that they were so wicked.
So if him have a problem and them are friends management, imagine Michael Ricketts now I go to them people.
Maybe we forgot out of Jamaica.
Yeah. So
but based on how JFF perform, them can't get nothing from nobody.
But what I'm saying though, Chris Williams isn't doing.
Williams have a better chance to get anything.
Okay.
That's what that's basically it. Because based on him performing with the JPL, managing the JPL, he have a better chance to get anything more than
I am
the
saying
JPL.
to you, he said that he's not getting anything.
Anything, I might get something, but he not get way more.
Like, can I hear what the man say, man?
1%.
Who man gets 1%?
Still I get. JFF now get nothing.
Yeah, but him want to be a president of the JFF, and I'm not trying to tell him to keep up.
No, me want him to be the president, Diego. Me want him to be the president. So if him say no, me still want him to be the president. That's what I'm saying.
You want him to be?
Yes. It's a different case.
All right, I want Ambassador Stevens to be the president.
Who is that?
Ambassador Stevenson. The man that more history of football than even Clive Williams.
Where is he now?
He's a lawyer, private lawyer.
Ambassador Stuart Stevenson, man.
Okay. We need persons with money though, Diego.
I want Manningsman to be the president.
Oh, Manningsman?
Yeah.
Diego just
Man, we can talk all day what we want.
Manningsman would be bad enough. Manningsman would be a good leader, you know? Because of principle. Because of principle, him can't get corrupt so easy. So him would be a good leader.
1,000 people can post who they want. I want Michael Barnes to be the president.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some good name.
I want Joe Donor to be the president. I want Antoine Butler to be the president. Paul Young.
Yeah, man, at the same, yeah, man. Broadman Security at the same Diego was about up. You see the man come yeah, I see him Diego was about up.
Big up yourself, man. I'm ECM1, man. Tell
Don't
no one
tell
about CI.
Yeah. Yeah, the ECM1.
Money's man.
Yeah.
You know it going on. Back to class. So later.
Yeah, man. All
All
right.
right, keep. Youngster, you there, you in?
For me?
No, man,
Yeah.
in their school, I teach him a teach class.
Oh, I think him say true. I go back. Okay, big up yourself, Professor.
It's in my office. It's in my office.
We can't
See,
tell. We
see.
can't tell.
See. You can't stop me now.
Which subject?
Tell him, Money's man. Tell him.
Tell him, man, I say, man, teach physical education.
Great thing, man.
I teach sports, man. All different sports.
The body and the mind work together.
All right, Odyssey, bless up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
man. All right, cool. All right, Tennessee, we have Tennessee online. Tennessee, welcome to the show. This is going to be the last call.
Man.
Yeah, man, unless Carlington
I'm sorry,
Clark.
the auntie gone, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Because we can't believe that Diego called Ambassador Stuart Steve's name and auntie a big coach and all that.
All right, thank you. So you see,
I'm the card in the money.
Yeah.
All right, pick up with yourself.
Oh, so really that you call me challenge and see you don't know Stuart.
What you talking about, man?
And the man have seriously, Brown man, you're right, you know. The man have an unseen, have a sports podcast to the world.
Yeah.
So you like me to talk about reggae music, I don't know who Bob Marley is. Come on, man.
All right, pick up with yourself, man.
All right, Tennessee. Yeah, man. Diego, big up yourself, you know. We have to line up something with you and Cranky. Because Cranky said, yeah, he must say because it's kind of difficult because we know your timing is.
If we stop go around saying beat me side.
No, man. Cranky used to be a part of.
And then there's a side that used always at war with Mandela and them always clip a win. That is true. Which was Dave Stewart's side with the great Jermaine Yu, Robbie Scott. We can call the players' name. Robbie Scott in goal. Your boy Chippy McDonald score a brace every game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what you have to do still is that what Cranky is saying is that he doesn't want a shouting match. He wants a debate. He wants a conversation. He don't want no shouting match because you understand me. You're a big corporate man in New York. He's a big corporate man in New York.
If not talk to children, then you feel that a strong voice, then him have a problem. Because me not go whisper to him and him be the one to make the strong voice. They have a strong voice just like him. He's not like Stephen Lambert, you know, bully don't like them things, you know. He want to be the one with the strong voice alone. That not go work with Diego. Can we hear him, you know?
You listen to Cranky?
Yeah, man. So we don't know. Bully is a bully, you know.
What Cranky is that? You know, man.
Cranky. When you get him a punch in them nose and them start bleeding, you know, them because they don't want to touch, you know.
Cranky is not a bully, man. But it will be a good conversation.
Whatever the parameters of the mood and the debate is, no problem.
Yeah.
So, you know, why you tell about him team of Bronx should beat me?
No, like he said it wasn't us, but he's going to talk. But I think what he wants to, they call it the Bronx Steel, the Battle of the Bronx, Diego versus Stan Cranky, a Bronx Steel.
There you go.
But I think he wanted to talk more about the coaching issue, about I think that is the argument to flesh out and things. So we're gonna arrange it because his time is on the weekends, and but your time is during the week at the office.
There you go.
Right, and then his time is also 8 your time, which is 7 our time in the evening, which is when you leave in your office.
There you go, Papi. You know my schedule. Then you talk every day, you know. That's why you have to watch me get a teacher there, you know. So you know my schedule.
No, but that is why I'm telling the people that they mustn't watch our way, because this is our normal conversation, people. You understand me?
Oh, in our group, you tell them about the group.
Yeah. So they mustn't.
We have to meet Pioneer and G-Star every day.
Yeah, so they said that.
White chat too.
They said, Diego, please prepare for Stan.
Yeah, man, we're there, man.
Yeah. All right, but respect Diego.
All right,
yeah, man. All right, then.
You have to work with girls, you don't know. Professional sports you work with.
All right, boss.
The only one, high school is amateur sport except for GSC FC. The only thing we deal with it professionally.
Why you call GSC?
GSC FC. That must have a virgin for 5. That must have a virgin for 5.
Calabar gone big recruitment, you know.
No, man, football, what about?
Then a football, Calabar gone big recruitment with Andrew Price and Nicholas.
Calabar no go for 5 national St. Lucian internationally. Calabar no go so far.
You know that Calabar was one of the first schools that started having overseas athletes and them track team.
Boss, I'm not talking track again. I'm not change something. I know we recruit track stars.
Okay.
We don't spend money like JC on football. Calabar is not a Calabar don't spend their money upon football. The only high school we don't spend their money there is JCFC. That's why we call them JCFC. Them accept it. You go for 5 national players from one country, man. That means say, I'm not high school football they are player. A professional football they are player. But them not do nothing wrong. If that's what they want, them do their thing. Them have them rights. But me have my right to give my opinion, right?
All right, boss.
I'm a bridging them, man. JCFC, I'm a bridging them.
All right, Diego. Bless up. Yeah, all right. There you go, people. That was Diego for you. Listen, we want to thank you. Very good show today. Long show, 2 hours and a half. You understand me? Very good show. Lots of topics of discussion. Lot has been said by several people. It is okay to have varying opinions. We don't want to run any sort of program where everybody said the same thing and everybody believe the same thing. You understand me? We need diversity. You understand me? So that knowledge can be broader and wider. Does the Adidas contract also cover the women's team getting to the World Cup? Is a big deal given the global audience and should result in much more sponsorship, especially for companies who operate multi-regionally or globally. Indeed, it covers the girl program as well. So this is a good move. All right, tell Diego to stop hating on JC thing. All right. There you go. Yeah, man. So people, good show. My JC friend, Diego said, una animal friend, you know, so una always talk about these things. Carlington Clark, boy, I try linking not getting through all along, so you're going to miss the opportunity. Big up to all the past footballers who have been in the program. Really respect. Mannings, do you remember Marcus Harvey technical in the 90s? No, you know. Remember, not really a center man, still no Kalito Walsh. So, no, I don't really remember them thing there. You understand me? I never debate them time there. All right. Listen, you know, so the man in school. Yeah, man, you know, so me have talk about the man in school. All right, so I'll give you some information about the man in school as we close. In fact, we're going to have some Mannings people on the program, you know. You understand me? If you come talk with Mannings man. You understand me? So let me give you some Mannings info. You understand me? Big things are going on. Mannings on the 30th of this month. Yeah, 30th of July here. Wagwan. I don't want to know Wagwan. All right, let me tell you Wagwan. So what this now? Bam. Yeah, man. It's called the Battle of the Blues at the Mannings School from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, July the 30th. There will be several activities, which includes Mannings under 14 versus JC under 14. Mannings DaCosta Cup team versus JC DaCosta Cup team. Then the Mannings female football team versus West FC female football team. There'll be cheerleading competition, and there'll be unveiling of the season sponsors, and there'll be an award ceremony as well. You have different entries. You have the bronze entry, which is $500. You have the silver package, which is $4,000. You have limited edition championship supporters jersey with that $4,000 silver. And then you have the gold package, which is $7,500. It includes limited edition supporter jersey. It have the 2022-23 supporter jersey and football season pass. So you have to check it out, right? That's going to be July the 30th. Everybody in the West, you have to make sure you check it out. If you're in the East, you travel down. All of the JC people, then make sure you buy a ticket and come take in this, as Mannings will win the under 14, the DaCosta Cup match. You understand me? It's a Mannings thing. July the 30th at the grounds of the Mannings School in Westmoreland. Question: the girls are in the World Cup now. How much money they will get? Tomorrow we'll know, Victor Carr. We are not sure yet, so we don't want to make any statements until tomorrow. I am Mannings man, people. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and we are, as we normally say, we are over and OUT out.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, you cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from we day you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.